Well, good afternoon, hockey fans. Welcome along. It's Super Sunday at the Coventry Skydome with the NIHL Final Four. The end of the NIHL 1 season coming to its conclusion as we have a fascinating finale for you today. The Peterborough Phantoms taking on the Hull Pirates. Both teams successful yesterday in emphatic fashion on both sides. And they're going to go head-to-head in what is set to be a barnstormer here in the building. Mark Denham joining me, as he has done all weekend. Mark, I'm looking forward to this. I mean, there's so many options out here, so many game plans that could be laid. At the end of the day, it's just going to be game against game and team against team.
We saw two great games yesterday in the semi-finals, and this proves this is going to be a great game because you've got the firepower of Hull, you've got the defence, the depth of Peterborough. This is going to be a fantastic 3 periods of hockey.
Well, you say 3 periods, there is always the opportunity, of course, this might go to overtime, and of course those dreaded penalty shots, of course, but no one really wants to see on the grandest stage of them all here in the NIHL. But you never know. I think both of us have our predictions that suggest it isn't going to go that way, but let's have a little bit of a look at this now because there's a lot to look at here. We're going to look at the Peterborough Phantoms lineup. They are the nominal home side first. So in 2 is Thomas Norton, in 11 is Scott Robson, Nathan Pollard in 12, James White in 13 with captain James Ferrara in 17. 23, Bradley Bowering is not icing. 29, and alternate captain is Will Weldon with starting netminder Jordan Marr in 33. 37, and the other alternate captain is Robert Ferrara with Petr Stepaniak in 40. 44 and backup netminder is Ryan Bainborough with Callum Douglas in 45. 71 is the ever dangerous Corey McEwen with Glenn Billing in 72. Taylor Romeo is 73 with Martin Susters in 77. Jack Escott in 88 with the other non-EIHA player alongside Stepaniak in 93, Ales Padalek. 96 is Jarvis Hunt, who had quite an appearance yesterday in the semi-finals, and in 97 is Nathan Long. The Phantoms for this game, it's an unbelievable opportunity for this club. It's all very well winning trebles, but when there's a quadruple on the line, there's a little bit more. And I think there's an argument, really, they could have been chasing the Grand Slam tonight.
Could have been all 5, couldn't it? At Christmas, the league was there for the Phantoms. They just had that little dip in January where the Swindon Wildcats came good. But all the same, you can't take away, they've already got a treble, and this will be a fantastic achievement, wouldn't it, to close out the season tonight with a quadruple.
Indeed, those trophies they've won so far, of course, are the Autumn Cup, the South Cup, and the Southern Playoffs. And then they went a little bit further to setting up this quadruple opportunity. A 9-4 victory yesterday over the Sheffield Steel Dogs in what was a real back and forth game in that middle period there. But the Phantoms, again, showing that strength and showing their ability to go on and take the win in that one.
Well, the Steel Dogs did play good hockey, and they were equal to the Phantoms for the first 2 periods. Every time the Phantoms did something in those opening 2 periods, the Steel Dogs had a comeback. But in the 3rd period, it was the depth and the strength of the Peterborough Phantoms, maybe the experience of the earlier 3 trophies they've won. Let's not take away from the Steel Dogs, who've also won a trophy. But the Phantoms were just good for their win yesterday, and in the 3rd period, they played their hockey their way, and Sheffield just didn't have an answer.
Indeed, but it's a different threat for them tonight up against the Hull Pirates. We're going to take a look at our keys to the game tonight for the Peterborough Phantoms, and for me, it's number 2, Tom Norton. Now, some of you are wondering, hang on it, Graham, yesterday you said it was going to be 71, Corey McEwen. I've got no doubt about that. The difference is tonight, though, this Hull Pirates side, they're a little bit more niggly. They're going to get under the skin of some of their players. You're going to need the guys like Norton, you're going to need the guys like Robson at the back to be those cool heads, not engage with the Pirates in that way. The likes of Lee Bonner, the likes of Bobby Chamberlain can just get under your skins. Great players as well, but they can just get under the skin. Those like Norton can sometimes just go off their game, maybe sometimes step over a line a little bit. He needs to keep his head tonight, because I think if they keep the head defensively, there's going to be so many opportunities going forward for the Phantoms, which is where your key to the game comes in, Mark.
Well, yesterday I went for Ales Padalek, and I still think he's going to be key today. But today I'm going with Will Weldon, because we saw yesterday the benefit that Weldon is to this Phantoms team. He scored a couple of good goals, but not only the good goals as well, he was always there or thereabouts at the net, and he made some crucial plays as well for the team. And against the firepower of Hull, it's all very well shutting it down, but the Phantoms are going to have to find their own way to score. Weldon was crucial to generating chances as well as the 2 goals he scored yesterday.
And I think it's also the fact Weldon is a player with legs. He's all action, he's all go. the Pirates side, they're not going to let you rest. I think there's a little bit of a battle to go on between those third lines tonight. But someone like Weldon, if he can shut down one of those Pirates top line alongside his line mates, makes it a very different game. Let's go and have a look at those Hull Pirates, and they were of course successful in their semi-final over the Bracknell Bees, and here is their lineup for tonight's game. In 2 is James Archer with Lee Haywood in 5, Marcus Neal in 7 with captain Jamie Chilcott in 15, 16 is Sam Towner with player coach Jason Hewitt in 17, 21, I've already mentioned him, is Bobby Chamberlain with Jordan Fisher in 22, 26 is Manny Davies with Lubomir Korhorn, one of their non-EIHA trained players, in 27. Chris Wilcox is 28, and then you've got your 2 netminders. 31 is Joseph Gent, and getting the start tonight in 35 is Ashley Smith. 49 is Sonny Carlson. He scored a hat-trick yesterday, and he'll be keen to add to more as one of their non-EIHA trained players. 56 is Thomas Stubley with Kevin Phillips adding the experience in 62 at the back. 71 is Josh Gent. 74 Lee Bonner, and Jonathan Kirk, the other alternate captain, in number 90. That is the Pirates lineup for tonight. And again, so much firepower there, so much to look forward to, and it came to the fore yesterday against the Bees.
Well, they had a very good first period in which they weren't rewarded for the chances that they generated, but then as the game went on, they started finishing those chances, and they just capitalised. They showed their firepower, and it was just the sheer number of chances they generated that was too much for the Bees yesterday.
And one of those guys that really proved their worth in that lineup was Manny Davies, and I've always loved him as a player ever since he played at Solihull as a kid. He's really stepped forward and continues to be a driving force for this Pirates side now. And yesterday he was at the heart of everything good they did, working hard on that line alongside Lubomir Korhorn, and really did carve open the Bees at times. Now, it's a different threat tonight, I'm not going to deny that. I do think the Phantoms have a little bit more legs in the defensive end that will prove a bit of a difference. But it's going to be players like Matty Davies, all that experience from his time in the Elite League, all that experience from being here with the Tigers previously as well. If he can deliver that tonight, the Pirates are in with a sniff, so long as one man, who is Mark's key to the game, can keep it tight at the other end.
I'm looking at the netminder tonight for the Hull Pirates, because yesterday against the Bees, they just didn't generate that many chances against him. And he had a solid game yesterday. It wasn't an outstanding game, it was a solid game. But I fear the Phantoms are going to be that much more of a test for him, because they're going to get to the net, they're going to get bodies to the net. And yesterday it was about the speed. The Bees were outdone on the speed, they got enough defence back to support Smith. The Phantoms have no shortage of speed, so it's how solid Smith plays in net tonight for them. And if Ashley Smith can have a good night tonight, then we could see a close game. But if the Phantoms can open him up and light him up, then this could go the Phantoms' way convincingly.
No, I'm not sat there just saying it's all on the netminder. The D are going to have to play their part as well. They were very strong and firm yesterday. For me, there's an unknown stat in hockey that's quality chances. I think probably the Bees only had 4 quality chances yesterday. The end of the ice, Hull was scoring plenty of goals, so there's not a problem. If they give up more than that tonight, you do fancy that the Phantoms will capitalise, and if Smith isn't able to keep those quality chances out, it becomes a very different game. Because we need to look at our predictions now. Now, once again, it's a North-East-South clash. It's the 2 playoff champions going up against each other as well. So they've only actually played twice this season. And it was a very different looking Hull Pirates side at that time, because they had the non-EIHA trained import in net, meaning no other non-EIHA trained players out on the ice. That being said, the Phantoms still picked up the victories on both occasions. So I wonder tonight, is history going to repeat itself? Looking at yesterday's games and looking at what happened, I absolutely have got no doubt in my mind that we're going to be seeing the Peterborough Phantoms lifting a quadruple tonight. And I realise there's probably some fans right now going, you can't say that, you've just given them the kiss of death. I do just think this Phantom side have got too much power. They carved open the Steel Dogs yesterday. Plenty of questions yesterday about Brandon Stones in nets for the Steel Dogs, but he had a superb game. Probably would only want one of those goals back. It was the rest of the play from the Phantoms that did the damage. And I think tonight we're going to see goals, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Phantoms run away with this. And you're looking maybe at a 4 or a 5 goal victory for the Phantoms.
I'm going to entirely agree with you. I think the Phantoms will lift the quadruple tonight. I think that the Hull Pirates do have a lot of scoring, but it's their speed that generates them that scoring. And the Phantoms have probably a slightly quicker defence than the Bees. They'll get bodies back and they'll defend well. Equally, they can get forward, and if they get pucks on there, as I was saying a moment ago, if they can get pucks on there, then they could perhaps expose Ashley Smith in a way the Bees didn't get a chance to yesterday. So I'm going to join you, and I'm going to say a Phantoms win come the end of tonight.
There are, of course, 3 teams on the ice in every game of ice hockey, and here's this one. Referee for tonight is Stephen Matthew, whilst on the line is Flynn Sitch Cunningham, and the other line is Andy Cook. And I think it's fair to say they've had an outstanding season, the trio of them, and they're getting their just rewards by getting the big finale.
They are, you know, they're going to be assessed across the whole course of the season. We saw a great performance earlier on from Paul Brooks and his team in the NIHL 2, but here we are now, the big game, and it's Stephen Matthews who will take charge.
Just as you might have seen behind the back of the officials, there is one of those Zach Army shields that has been moved into the penalty box for tonight. Zach is a Bracknell Bees fan who is in hospital at the moment. Zach, we wish you all the best, buddy. We're all hanging with you. Plenty of Bees fans and other fans from other clubs, it has to be said, been packing out the arena tonight with their Zach Army t-shirts. I think you're in for everybody's thoughts coming into tonight's game as well. So I hope you're enjoying it. There it is, all signed by all the people around as well. Really great to see, and that's actually one of the Zach Army t-shirts there on the right as well. Perfect advertising going on here.
Great to see, isn't it? And as Graham said, we wish Zach all the very best indeed on his recovery.
Now it's time for the hockey, though. We are getting ready for this one. It's the NIHL Final Four finale as the Peterborough Phantoms take on the Hull Pirates in this one. Should be an absolute cracker, going to be interesting. Peterborough are the nominal home team, which means they will get the final change, which could prove all the difference.
It could very well prove all the difference. Both teams have 2 outstanding 1 and 2 lines, but key here could be that Slava Kulikov get the chance to see who he's going to match his lines with.
And referee Stephen Matthews has his arm in the air. And we are underway in the NIHL Final Four finale between the Peterborough Phantoms and the Hull Pirates. And it's the Pirates looking to try and get it early doors. Interesting already, that Pirates' dangerous top line of Hewitt, Chamberlain and Carlson are going to be matched up against Padalek, Billing and James Ferrara. And that's an interesting way. We've got an early stoppage here, just 18 seconds into this encounter, with a high stick being called on the play there. Interesting matchup there from the Kulikov, deciding that he's going to match that, and that probably means you're going to see McEwen up against the likes of Corhorn and Davies, and that'll be an interesting battle as well. Phantoms fans in full voice, and so they should be, because their side were utterly dominant in their victory against the Steel Dogs yesterday as Billing wins the puck. James Ferrara held up against the board as Hewitt loses his stick. So that actually they're down a skater effectively as Norton gets the shot on, broken up at the near side there by Bobby Chamberlain, but Padalek does well to keep that one alive into Billing, trying to find the man in the slot. Can't do so as that's well skated in by the Pirates, and Hewitt has got a fresh stick and he's going to get a breakaway off the boards. Hewitt's tracked by Padalek, who it comes off his skate, and James Ferrara's going to come in under a little bit of pressure here from Bobby Chamberlain, but he gets round 1, gets round 2. Weldon's stat sniffing in the slot if he tries to find him. Kirk just gets a stick on it to stop that one, and the Pirates come out the other way as Chamberlain feeds it onto Matty Davies. Davies trying to dip and dance, gonna get the chance again, but the golf swing goes up into the netting with 1-on-1 played in the first.
And that's an end-to-end start in this game. We saw that play whistled down a moment ago with a high stick, but since then it's been end-to-end. Both teams are going to be keen to get that first goal on the board, and they're both going to be trying to generate as many chances as they can against 2 very, very well-performing netminders this year.
Draw win then coming up for the Pirates. They get it back out to the point, and all it's done is ripped around the boards where Robson's going to come under pressure from Bonner. Bonner with that aggressive style of play in there, but Weldon's going to get the chance to break. He lays it off on the far side there to the on-rushing man as gets round, tries to find Pollard in the slot but can't find him because Bonner picks up the pieces. Bonner plays it off the board, trying to find the on-supporting rush of Davies, but it goes back the other way. So Kulikov's going to get his Susters and Stepaniak line out with McEwen potentially against this Pirates third line, which could be the difference maker here.
It could be huge because the Peterborough Phantoms have an awful lot of depth in this squad.
As Douglas tries to play that one on, but that takes a deflection up in there. So it's going to be interesting to see how the lines go here. Are the Pilots going to short shift? No, they're not. Fisher, Towner and Archer do come out. They're going to have a potentially huge job tonight now against Stepaniak, McEwen and Susters, who have been dangerous.
Kulikov just waiting patiently there to see who the Pirates get out before committing his own players.
He's got to use it. He's got the home advantage. This is where you can use it and make the most of it. Pirates do come up with the draw win though, which will prove all the difference as Phillips lays it off to his Stubley. Stubley nearly loses it, plays it back into Phillips. Phillips is on rushing though, but James Archer, good to see him back out on the ice following that slightly nervous moment yesterday. He does indeed take the ice for the Pirates tonight with 1:44 played in the first.
Great to see that he's well enough to take part in this game. It was a very nasty collision he had with the boards just down behind the net yesterday, but he's back out and he's looking sharp again today.
Pirates, another draw win, coming up with them early doors at the moment, which what they're going to have to do here is Kevin Phillips will look to dance in over the blue line, does get in without the offside call this time, and dumps it in around the back of the net, where Long is able to collect though for the Phantoms, just getting in ahead of the play, gets driven into the boards for his troubles, as Sisters will have to try and work this one out. McEwen just skated the wrong way there, and Archer's going to have to try and pick up the pieces in the middle. Archer, a former Phantoms player of course, gets the wheel on, good little pass on there to Towner's shot, and that's the first save of the night for Marr there, as Archer now gets the pick up the rebound, but Stepaniak gets in there. It's the end of a long shift for him, and he'll be taking the dive off, and the Pirates will get a chance to regroup behind their net with 2:18 played in the period. It's fast and it's furious as Chilcott comes flying forward now. Looks like it was offside on the play, and it was indeed, the man just skating in ahead of it.
Both these teams played tough games yesterday, and we're going to be testing now the depth of the squads. If the Phantoms can roll all their lines, then they're going to have a lot of miles left in those legs, even if we are at the end of the season tonight. And we'll look to see how the Pirates roll their lines out as well.
Be interested if they do, at any point you see a cut to two lines either side. That could be an option for the Pirates, as that one deflects up into the netting, and we'll take the down there.
The longer the teams can keep rolling all their lines, though, the more strength they're going to have in each guy. Don't forget, we're at the end of the season now. This is it, the last game of the year. There's been a lot of miles skated by these players so far, so if they can keep rolling all the lines, then this could be a key to them.
It'll be interesting as well for the Phantoms. One of their best players yesterday was number 96, Jarvis Hunt. He hasn't seen the ice as the drive comes in so far tonight, but you can drop in that fourth line, man. It could make all the difference. Get a good rest on one of your key players' legs if you've got that option to turn to. The Phantoms.
Phantom's fourth line was good yesterday and certainly held their own. I mean, you wouldn't call it, at this level, you wouldn't call it a fourth line, even if it is the way they roll them.
It's one of those amazing 3.5 lines you always dream of. Always coaches tell you, I'd love a 3.5 line. It means I can play the third or the fourth line. There was some nonsense. I heard one coach once tell me, I don't have a first, second and third line, I have an ABC line. What are you talking about? It's exactly that. Oh no, they're all just as talented as each other. Yeah, but one line's put up 100 points, the other's only put up 20. Which one is your top line? Phantoms dump the puck in, and that'll be icing on the play as the man beats out the icing there is Chris Wilcox. 2:57 gone in the first.
It has been played though at high speed, hasn't it? We saw a couple of high speed games yesterday, and this is two very, very fast teams. A fast team from the north, a fast team from the south. And as we mentioned, they won't have seen each other until early doors back at the first end of the season.
Yeah, indeed. 6th of October was the first time they played. The Phantoms coming out 2-1 victors. As that's a shot and a goal for the whole Pirates. And who else could it be but Sonny Carlson once again? He did the goods yesterday, and he's done it there at the near side. 2:59 played, straight from the face-off draw. The Pirates go into a 1-0 lead.
Now that's something you picked up on earlier. The Pirates have won a lot of the draws so far in this game. We're only early in the game, but we have seen the Pirates consistently winning their draws, and that's a good play there to win the draw. Slightly scrappy win, but Sonny Carlson saw where the puck was going, moved straight into place.
So the goal scored by Sonny Carlson with the assist going to Jason Hewitt on that one. 2:59. For those of you keeping score at home, 1-0 Pirates. And you better say, sometimes it's just about winning those draw wins. It can make all the difference. You control possession. You control the way in which the game's going to get played. And they'll be more than happy with that. But the Phantoms won't mind. They were behind yesterday early doors. Lee Bonner turning that one over. Going to fall back all the way here to Davies. He's going to try and wheel a deal. Tries to get it off at the near post. But that one goes wide and Marr throws a glove at it. It's still alive for the Pirates as it's dumped in. Bonner going to have to try and collect the puck and does so. This is a good little shift here from the Pirates. Phantoms not finding their way back in with one of their strong lines out there. Now Stepaniak's going to try and get the break into McEwen. He's going to spot a little bit of open ice. Dip and dance. Gets it forehand, backhand. And he's going to get driven into the balls for his trouble. And the Pirates just look that little bit hungrier at the moment.
See, that draw, though, that was crucial because that was right in the zone. The neutral zone ones aren't quite as crucial, but when it's right in front of your own net, you have to be careful.
Here comes Hunt. He was dangerous yesterday. He might not have been able to do much there, but he sends Hayward down to the ice. And the Phantoms try and regroup this one as it's tipped on. Smith with his first touch of the game there. It's coming at almost 4 minutes in. They'll be hoping he's not going to have to touch too much more tonight, the Pirates fans. Archer dumping that one in around the back of the net where it's picked up by Robson. Robson works it back around where he finds the support of Douglas, but that one's actually going to get held up into the boards in the far corner there as a bit of a ball battle breaks out. Eventually Towner is able to rip it around the boards, and Fisher comes in hard to try and win that one up against Robson there. Pirates just getting first to the puck at the moment as well.
The Pirates are winning the little battles in this game, and that's why they're one ahead.
Douglas with it now behind the back of the net, looking for the regroup. It's a very aggressive forecheck here from the Pirates, coming in from Towner as Padalek tries to find an outlet. Does do so to Douglas, who doesn't get it clean, and in the end they have to dump it on James Ferrara, just slipping an offside, so the Pirates will get a chance to regroup behind their own net.
Now Padalek was off with speed chasing that at the end of the shift, but as you say, the play was already offside.
Pirates dancing in here, Towner at the net, instead it's going to get broken up there by Norton. And it goes up into the netting behind, so we'll have a face-off in the offensive zone for the Pirates with 4:57 played in the first.
This is a great start for the Pirates here to go a goal up against the Peterborough Phantoms. Ma in net has been solid for them all season. To get one past him early doors will really get them on the board. But I don't see any worry on the Phantoms bench, nor any need for worry yet either.
Chamberlain battling hard for the puck there as it goes into the corner. Both men down. They're both being told to play on, gentlemen. And they do so. So as Carlson goes down once again, no call on the play, and the Phantoms will get the chance to come away with it. I can only work it around the boards where they do find the on-rushing man in white, and they'll just take a chance to regroup it as Hewitt nearly got the turnover there. That could have fell very dangerously on the cross-ice pass. The Pirates very happy to play aggressive on the forecheck. Hewitt's going to get a chance to dance in. Gets the shot on. It's a goal! Well, at the moment, the Phantoms look at 6s and 7s because they're not getting the breakouts at all. The aggressive forecheck is proving all the difference here. Hewitt making the most of that opportunity, and with 5:26 gone in the first, it's 2-0 Pirates.
Couple of low percentage plays there, uncharacteristically from the Phantoms. It was nearly turned over the first time. Before then, an actual turnover just leaves the puck on the stick of a Pirates man right in the crease. That's a crazy low percentage play.
And even more so, it was a delayed penalty goal, that one, because there was the trip on the play by Hewitt. So for him to get that one home is even more impressive. Now, let's be honest here, ladies and gentlemen, we've still got nearly 54 minutes of hockey to play here. There's still plenty of twists and turns to come in this one. But the Phantoms don't look like the Phantoms at the moment.
This is not the Phantoms team that we've seen in the South all year. They've played solid, sustainable hockey all season, and as yet, they've not hit their stride in this one.
Solid and sustainable. It's almost like a party political broadcast from Slava Kulikov as Matty Davis gets the lay off it. On rushing is Phillips with speed. He's going to be forced wide, trying to still create something out of nothing at all. Gets the feed into Davies. Still going to fall in there. Shot. Ma has to be very alert there. The Phantoms cannot clear their lines with 5:56 played in the first.
I think the crucial thing here is to start. Hull have just not let Peterborough settle one bit. That was another uncharacteristically sloppy bit of defence from the Phantoms. That's not what they're built on at all. They're tight at the back normally, and yet the Pirates are just putting pressure on their defence.
And I wouldn't even say the Pirates have niggled them yet. They haven't really got under their skin. That's still to come, ladies and gentlemen, as that one just stays in as Kirk gets the drive off, looking for the tip. Can't find anything as Bonner and Robinson go into a battle in the corner. Bonnell trying to work that one out. They're going to keep that one alive as it's still in there though, and the Phantoms once again struggling to get the puck out and clear. Now they'll get that opportunity because James Ferrara's got control, but he can only pass it off the boards. Billing looking the wrong way, and Chilcott collects it. He's going to come under pressure from two Phantoms players, but the difference is they're just finding that outlet at the moment as the Pirates do get it cross ice into Bonner, who knocks it backdoor into Chilcott again. Chilcott will look for the outlet into Colehorn. Colehorn dances round one, dances round two, 2-on-1 break. Colehorn going in, trying to dance around his man, doesn't get it cleanly, gets it second time. Netminder has to scramble for that one in Ma with 6:40 played in the first. It's all Pirates.
Now that was a bit of great defence there, laying the body on the line to block that shot. That was a bit of great defence, but it has been all Pirates so far. And this is the Pirates that have seen them win the North playoffs, win the North League. It's just the speed and the scoring and the skill that they have.
There's a lot of it, and another draw win as Phillips thought that one was going in. It wasn't. So instead it's going to be a chance here for Pollard to break. He's got a little bit of support, but Phillips uses all his experience just to hold him up perfectly there. And the Pirates will get another chance to go, but Weldon is able to win that one. Norton looks for the outlet pass, finds it again as Pollard will on rush. Phillips getting control of it though. And Phillips looking to try and work that one off the board. Step in there by the Phantoms is a strong puck play as Towner will come forward. He's got Fisher in support. Towner going to go forehand, backhand, goes round the back of the net. Phantoms coming deep. They're collapsing down, maybe leaving opportunities in there as Archer battles for the pack alongside his man. Fans desperate for a call, but referee Matthews waving them on as White goes into the corner hard there. It's picked up by Rob Ferrara as he looks for a way out on the pass. And Norton's going to take control of this one with 7:30 here. At the moment, the Pirates just seem to have the Phantoms rattled in the back end.
They do, and it's also great to see Stephen Matthews is letting the players decide this one so far. There has been that delayed penalty call.
McEwen lays it off for a shot, and the big rebound comes off Smith. He doesn't know where it goes. Luckily for him, the onrushing Phantom had gone the wrong way, and Hewitt will now work it across ice into the supporting play of Carlson, but it comes off the board, goes back the other way, and Stepaniak can't get anywhere near that one as Chamberlain breaks it in. Stubley takes it forward. That's going to bobble nearly into the onrushing Hewitt, and Robson, under a lot of pressure, can only throw a no-look pass into the middle of nowhere, forcing Susters to come out from his end. 3 players on the forecheck there for the Pirates, and the Phantoms might have the opportunity here because McEwen's going to be backdoor as Stepaniak can find him. Can't find him though, just misses his lines.
Now that's the first real chance we've seen the Phantoms generate, and we're 8:17 played.
2-on-1 break here as Hewitt and Chamberlain will look to gang out. Hewitt trying to work it off the skate. He's still going to pick it up again though as Carlson goes to the net to cause himself a bit of a nuisance. Phantoms going for the line change there after that missed opportunity between Stepaniak and McEwen. And Robson, well, it's a lazy little play there because the Pirates are going to pick that one up with Carlson battling in there. Carlson gets it, trying to find the man at the back door. Can't do so. It's going to come back the other way. 3-on-2 break here as Padlek tries to find Ferrara. Can't get the pass he wants though.
And all season long we've seen those passes connect for the Phantoms.
Ferrara now does get that big cross-ice pass onto the onrushing Billing, but again, it's not tape to tape at the moment. There's a turnover. Padlek gets the shot on! And that's what we're talking about. You've got to get the puck on net against the Pirates because the opportunities are going to come your way. It's opportunistic, but at 9-2 played in the first, Aleš Padlek brings the Phantoms back to within 1.
Now that's a goal that's come from virtually nothing. It's a careless play by the Pirates there. A careless attempted clearance, leaving the puck right on the stick of Padlek. Tight angle from Aleš Padlek here, but you can just see on the replay what a careless clearance that is. He's just not looking. Shane Smith, Ashley Smith doesn't even see it by the look of things, straight through the 5-hole, and the Pirates are back in this.
Don't think Danny will be too happy on the bench with that one. Anyway, 2-1 to play then. Yeah, the Pirates still, you feel, that's the first time the Phantoms have got a real sniff, and they made the most of it, having just missed that opportunity before as a big hit comes flying in on the play. Bodies flying everywhere as Bonner picks it up now. He's going to try and look for the support. Bonner, nice play there. Stood up well, though, in response, and there's a penalty coming up against the whole Pirates here. Lee Bonner just being that little bit chippy there. Going to throw the hit in afterwards as well. So the Phantoms will be going on the power play as well. Dropped around, shot comes in, takes a deflection up, rebound in front, and then Susters fires it over. Still alive though for the Phantoms as they work it back around to the point where Robert Ferrara gets the shot on. Rebound still in front, nearly swept home, but instead it goes all the way up the ice off the post with 9:42, and Lee Bonner will be taking a 2-minute slashing penalty here.
And again, we saw there, Smith in net didn't look quite composed as the Phantoms got that chance, but now we're going to see the Phantoms get to roll their power play line for the first time in this game.
Yeah, it was a little bit of afters there, just after the player had gone. Bonner gave a little bit of a slash. I caught it out the corner of my eye on Stepaniak there. And Stepaniak, to be fair, turned to Matthews and the arm was straight in the air. And with 9:42, not what the Pirates wanted, maybe to be under a little bit of extra Phantoms pressure. But at the moment, coming up with a draw win and getting it all the way down the ice, forcing Marr to play the puck with 1:52 to go on this power play opportunity for the Phantoms. Looking for the big cross-ice pass, and again, it doesn't come off. Robson going to have to force that one all the way back, and Stepaniak will have to collect it from Marr. So 20 seconds killed so far for the Pirates as Carlson goes on the high forecheck. Works across ice here to Susters. Susters takes the zone. He's got McEwen behind him, but he's going to take that in for himself. Now lays it off to McEwen. McEwen lays it back to Stepaniak for the drive. Shot padded away off a broken stick play, and McEwen's going to try and skate this one around. Phantoms down to 4 men as Padlek finally joins the play out on the point, as McEwen does a very good job there of keep control. Lays it into Padlek. He's got to get clear of the broken stick. Gets the shot off. Rebound still there in front, begging to be buried. but the Pirates get it clear with 1 and 10 on the power play to go.
That's just given the Pirates a little bit of a breather. That Stepaniak broken stick has just given them a chance to clear the zone and regroup.
Padalek dumped that one in to be chased in by Billing, and Billing will go into the boards, but where he thought the man would be on the point, he wasn't. And now Weldon's going to have to get his skates going because Archer's going to come in hard and fast on him and into those boards. Well, and he gets the turnover, trying to get the lay back to the supporting man that is Towner, but he can't do so. Instead, James Ferrara will now come out from his own end on rushing here with 42 seconds of this power play remaining as Ferrara dumps it in. Billing will win that foot race, gets it into Ferrara, back to Billing. Billing and Ferrara are going to be battling that one around. As Ferrara gets it, Ferrara trying to find his man. Bit of patience here. 30 seconds of the power play remaining. As Billing into Ferrara. He's got Norton on the point who lets fly. Rebound falls in front. Tip past the post, and it's going to come back around. But the Pirate stick gets on it, clears it out with 19 seconds of power play. Opportunities are coming the Phantoms' way as they go in long here. And there's going to be a golden opportunity here, you feel, because Padalek's going to get a shot off, but it's just off balance as he shoots it. It goes a little bit wide. And the Phantoms will have to battle to keep this one in the zone, but Manny Davies takes control, lays it off. The Pirates return to full strength as Hewitt comes in, trying to work the opportunity. Marr holds firm at the near post there. It was Corhorn, sorry, apologies. Picked up the wrong number on the jersey. As we go into a board battle here, coming away is Manny Davies, tries to get the feed to the onrushing man, but Ferrara breaks it up with 11 and 55 played in the period. Bonner picks it up, trying to work it into Corhorn, can't do so. That might stay in the zone for the Pirates. They're screaming it went out, no call on the play, so it comes back around for the Pirates. Bonner lays it off, chance for Phillips to step in with the drive. But Marr holds firm there.
Big penalty kill for the Hull Pirates there. The Phantoms were pretty dominant on that, but you can see straight away they've come back to 5-on-5, and you can see the intention of the Pirates is just to score, backing Smith in net then to concede less than they score. It's been an exciting 12-10 so far in this game though. Barely a moment without action.
It's frenetic out there, it really is frenetic. It's fascinating to see.
I feel for your voice.
It's got a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen. It's got a long way to go. We're going to have a face-off violation there against Hewitt, who's just going to take a little... This is something the Pirates do quite handily. They just have a little bit of a word just to say something. Just buys a little bit of extra rest for their side as well. Just delays that game. If the Phantoms were getting into a flow, something the Pirates might try and do, it's subtle game management from the Pirates.
It's all about game management here because we're seeing two very closely matched teams.
Schuster's trying to dance in there, takes a big hit for his trouble. No call on the play as McEwen will pick up the pieces as he's driven hard into the boards by Carlson. And Chilcott picks up the pieces, gets the layoff to Hewitt. Hewitt's going to try and dance around, does do so once, twice, shot. Marr showing how pretty it is with the glove as Chamberlain has a little bit of arses, and this is what I meant. You've got to keep your cool head here. You can't allow, for instance here, you take the trade, Bobby Chamberlain and Stepaniak. If Stepaniak wants to lay his hand on Chamberlain and he wants to call it, you take an import off the ice.
You would take that any day. Stepaniak is huge, not just a huge as in like he's massively tall, but he's a huge presence on the ice for the Phantoms, and if you can get both of them out the game for 2 minutes, you would say that's advantage Pirates.
Exactly, and you just fancy that little bit, and that's why I talk about just that little bit of niggle that they can just get under the skin. And I mentioned Chamberlain and I mentioned Bonner, and both of them have done it so far.
Yeah.
Bonner got called for his one, unfortunately, for his sake, but it didn't prove costly on the power play. As a draw win finally for the Phantoms, you have to say, as they try and work this one out into Pollard. But it's held up well in the zone though by Davies, and Bonner will pick it up again. Corhorn goes to the net, trying to find him. It will bobble around, and Phillips in a very aggressive position. Corhorn's going to turn and shoot. Good save by Marr with the pads though.
We've seen a fantastic forecheck.
Great step on by Bonner, and Davies gets the shot. Marr throws the blocker at that one, and again a careless turnover, nearly proving costly.
Well, we've seen the Pirates, just the pressure their forecheck is creating today is huge on the Phantoms.
Weldon's going to get an opportunity here, might try and get the layoff, couldn't get the shot off though. There were men sniffing around waiting for it. There's 13 and 14 gone in the first as we come back to Buglas. Buglas gets the dance onto Padalek. Padalek's going to fancy a shot, and that one goes up into the netting off a deflection with 13 and 20 played.
So far though, this game has been more Pirates than Phantoms, I would say. They're forechecking hard, and that is putting huge pressure around the Phantoms' defensive zone. And we've already seen Marr have to come up big a couple of times from close range due to those turnovers that are being forced on them by that pressure the forechecks generating.
Chance then here for the Pirates to try and work it out as Kirk dumps it around to Archer, who lays it off the board, and the extra support comes in from Jordan Fisher. Norton with it in control in the back end, trying to find a way out, and does do so. Billing gets the dance on and lays it off into Padalecki. Padalecki goes cross-ice into the on-rushing James Ferrara. Ferrara's dump on, but Billing had taken the wrong path on that one. He should have gone down the Bakerloo rather than the Jubilee, but because it's going to work out here for Fisher to try and work it forward, and it'll be offside on the play with 13:47 played in the first.
That was a handy little poke check there that just forced that puck back out. The Pirates are already committed to coming in the zone. Blown down on the whistle there for an offside play, but that was a very neat little poke check, just keeping that play as safe as it could be.
Oh, it's quite funny. Now this is the opportunity. Slava deciding, okay, they've put their third line out there. I'm going to go to my guys, Taylor Romeo, Jarvis Hunt, both coming onto the ice to be supported by Weldon, getting a bit of rest on some of those legs out there. That could prove the key. Not right now, because obviously there's a long way to play in this game, but as time counts on, if he's able to have those fresher legs going into the final 10, and it stays a tight game like this, it could be interesting. Robson, though, with it, he's going to get a shot off. The deflection just dipsy doodles over the net there, where it's picked up again. Shot comes in, maybe a tip on the man there as Hunt tries to do something with it, as a Phantom player takes a hard hit into the board. That one goes cross ice, has to come up right there, Rob Ferrara, and thankfully for him, good composed play there. That could have gone horribly wrong for him.
Very short shifting here from the Phantoms as well. They're rolling their lines quickly at the moment, trying to keep them all fresh.
Schusters turns over on a McChamberlain chance to break out. Schusters tries to lay it into Stepanek, who puts the pressure on. McEwen with it on the far side now. Man out on the point, if he can find him, does so. Douglas wants it. He wants the shot broken up, though. Can he get it clear? He's going to hold the man well. That's a good, clean play there by Douglas. Would have been very easy to give up a penalty there.
Well, the puck is now buried in the players as well, so good defence.
Oh, that one, oh, that was straight into the face. It's going to come this way for Chamberlain. Chamberlain trying to find Hewitt. And instead we're going to have a break here because Carlson wore that puck. Oh, and that's a lot of blood on the ice, unfortunately, fair to say. With 14:53 to go, we're going to take a little break while this one gets cleaned up. So we're back ready to get underway here after the incident involving Sonny Carlson was cleaned up. He'll be receiving treatment on the sideline for now, so the Pirates are going to have to change their lines up slightly, and you're already seeing what they're going to go to out there as Archer steps in on that line to begin with alongside Hewitt and Chamberlain. But Hewitt works it around the back of the boards, and Long will have to go into the corner under pressure from Archer and loses it because Chamberlain dances in there to get it. Douglas holds him into the board, but Archer is strong and firm. He loves a big game at Coventry, does Archer. You might fancy him for a goal here tonight as the Phantoms try and work this one out, but it's going to be stepped in on. Well there by Phillips. Chamberlain with the puck now. He's going to look for an opportunity. Whips it around to find Archer. Archer now going to drive into the boards, but he's going to find it into the slot. Falls back to Phillips. Phillips with the drive over the bar. And the Pirates really setting up here their opportunity. Hewitt with the opportunity to try and whirl this one around. Gets it into the slot, but both men were on rushing, and it comes out to give the Phantoms a little bit of a breather.
What the Pirates have done well is when they've gained possession, they have retained possession, and they have made the Phantoms' defence and netminder work hard.
Archer dumps that one, and it's well won by Hayward. He's trying to find support. Eventually it does come into the slot, but it's overskated, and the Phantoms might get a chance to break now as James Ferrara tries to dump that one up the boards, where the on-rushing man gets to it. Weldon gets the shot off at the near post, but it whips around the board. Pollard does well, and that one actually just creeps out the zone before he takes it in, with 16 and 11 gone in the first.
So we're seeing how flexible the Pirates can be here. This injury to Carlson has meant a change in line, but it's not shown any change on the ice as yet. They're still just as ruthless in their attack as they've been so far this weekend.
Indeed, you fancy this might be a little bit of a feeling out period for the final 4 minutes of this period now. Always a long stoppage like that. I mean, yesterday the Pirates came off a long stoppage after Archer's injury. Bang, 2 goals. Is it going to go the other way? Because Rob Ferrara starts again. He's going to get maybe a chance to get the shot off, but it's past the post as Kirk and him take a slide into the boards behind. Pollard nearly came up with that one, but instead Bonner comes out the other way with it, and actually it's won by Pollard, who skated the other way, and we will have an icing on the play here. I did think he slipped into the wrong side of neutral ice there with 16 and 30 played in the period as the Pirates fans trying to make themselves heard in the arena.
Well, we have got a great crowd here at the Sky Dome today. A lot of Pirates fans. The Phantoms fans are in front of us. Not quite as vocal at this point in time as the Pirates fans are, though.
Yeah, they won't be too concerned, I don't think, yet. The Pirates have shown their teeth, and the Phantoms have held firm for a lot of it. Again, quality chances as Manny Davies gets tossed out the face-off circle, forcing Bonner to come in. He comes up just about with the draw win, but the puck falls in there, and Weldon trying to keep himself from letting them play it. Instead, the Pirates will work this one around. Worked in, but it's turned over as Davies and Pollard. Good step in from Hayward to keep that one alive as Corhorn gets the layoff. Pirates, oh dearie me, we're going to let that one go, but the Phantoms will be relief as Hayward works that one across to Phillips. Phillips gets the dance onto Corhorn. Corhorn well held up there by Ferrara rushing back, and Weldon just takes the opportunity to clean it, get some fresh ice as Susters breaks it up, and Stepaniak's going to get the opportunity. Stepaniak's going to have Susters on the far side, but it's well blocked by Phillips, and the Pirates will try and come out, but they can only find neutral ice where it's picked up by the Peterborough Phantoms. Dumped in then for an opportunity, as Susters will have to keep himself awake for that one. Stepaniak with a big long stick is able to lay it into McEwen. McEwen will try and dance around his man that is Kirk, but he's well held up into the board. That's a great hit just off the body there, and the Phantoms do well to turn that one back over as Stepaniak has to come back out with McEwen coming out as well, but Stepaniak will get there. Susters is at the net if he can find him, but he can't on the backhand. Chamberlain throws it in there. Opportunity for the Phantoms, they kept it alive. McEwen's going to try and get a shot off, lays it to Stepaniak. He takes a big hit for his troubles, but the shot goes disappearing up into the netting as Chamberlain and Stepaniak having a little bit of well, it's actually, there's a little bit of afters elsewhere as well, as Hayward and McEwen have a word as well, so a little bit of chippiness and niggliness getting in there.
Few chances on that play for the Phantoms, but they just weren't allowed to complete them. The pressure from the Pirates' defence just made those shots a little bit difficult to take. And, you know, we're going to see both teams capable of scoring. Perhaps this is going to end up a defensive battle after all.
Maybe it will, because you do fancy, you've seen the run and gun approach, and maybe they're just going to wait to get Carlson back out. You reckon he'll probably come out if he's fit enough again in the period break. It's going to be hard to do the stitch job that might be needed there at this time. As Hewitt goes down on the play, they're going to want the call, but they're not going to get it as Taylor and Mayo picks up. And again, good opportunity there. Just got a little bit of a shift in there, which Jarvis, Hunt and Weldon were able to do so. And it's going to mean that they've, again, freshened those legs up. We enter the final two here. Chamberlain with the puck now goes to the big ice pass, trying to find the on-rushing Hewitt, who'll break out the icing. And Hewitt will turn and try and find the support of his man. Hewitt's going to go out to the point, but James Ferrara breaks up. And now there's going to be opportunity because Billing is going to set Padalek free. Padalek's going to have to dance his man, does do very well to get there, and Smith is grasping at it, but he makes sure it doesn't go in.
Great opportunity there for Alice Padalek.
Puck's up high in there, and Archer picks it up, and he's going to actually get a bit of open ice to skate into. Goes to the big cross ice pies, finds Bonner. Bonner lays it back, but it's broken up. Maybe an opportunity here for Phillips. Phillips gets shot, looking for the tip, and Marr had to be very alert there, because you fancy Matty Davies as the puck eventually rolls into the back of the net after the whistle has been blown with 18 and 40 played in the period.
Now, Marr has had an outstanding season, and that was good work from the Pirates because they've just put the screen on him there, but he managed to see enough of it to get it, and he's trapped it. Fortunately for him, he's trapped it long enough that Stephen Matthews' whistle had already blown the play dead by the time it's rolled in the net.
Got a lot of issues on the face-off circle tonight because Matty Davies gets tossed out for the good knows how many times so far tonight. So having come up with the draw wins early on, they've seemed to have fallen out of rhythm with the officials, the Pirates now, and are finding themselves in face-off violation trouble. Good pass in there to the on-rushing shot, and that's a great stick on the play by Hayward, who has a little bit of afters with Robson. And Bonner in there as well, just letting himself known. 18 and 48.
Well, Hayward matched his man all the way back there, didn't he? Like, just as the Phantoms perhaps had a chance to break away, just Hayward kept with him and just forced that puck up and into the netting and out of any danger.
Hayward and, Bonner and Matthews having a little bit of a chat there. Bonner hooking a guy back behind the play, and Matthews saying, I've got my eye on that one, so keep your eye on that. He's obviously keeping it across the puck and keeping his eye across the ice as well, so it might be interesting to see. A silly call like that could prove crucial. So we find ourselves with the Phantoms having to dig it out their own end, and Bonner's sent the wrong way once and twice, but not the second time because he gets it again with Davies. We enter the final minute of the period. Davies looks to whip and wheel, finds it across. Corhorn's going to get the lay into Bonner, but that's a great stick on the play there by Susters to stop that opportunity, and it gets laid off. Douglas finds himself in an advanced position. He's going to have a little dance in and go for himself, and the defenseman steps in at the perfect moment to get the perfect finish for the Phantoms. And with 19 and 14 played in the first, we're back level at 2 apiece.
Well, it's what we said, it's pucks on net for the Peterborough Phantoms here, and it's a play that's virtually come from nothing, just broken up in the neutral zone, carried in, and that is, well, that's not great goaltending, is it, when you see the replay?
Indeed, you fancy that Smith, he got this one clean. Oh, just the arm never got there. Never got there. The puck was past him before the arm even moved. And you don't expect that from Callum Douglas to step into the play like that, but hey, Job done. 2-2 on the scoreboard. Coventry makes new heroes. Archer's going to skate this one forward. Now he's going to try and find the support of Phillips and Chamberlain and Hewitt, who all make their way to the net. Could the Pirates get a goal here with a tip, taking it wide past the net? Archer going to be under pressure here to try and keep this one alive. So it's Buglas from White on the goal there for those, as Hewitt comes in hard and fast and lays the body on. Chamberlain trying to get out of the way there as Hewitt gets it as well. Work back to the point where Hayward whips it across to Phillips. Phillips looking for his man. Good stick on the play there by Stepaniak, forcing Hewitt into a ball battle. Final 10 seconds of the period as Chamberlain and Norton just have a few little words with each other there. Hewitt's going to try and wheel this one around in the dying seconds. Puck on net, and Marin, as expected, bodies in there.
Just getting towards the end of the period. We've got a second to play in this period. There's no point in taking any penalties now. The players are going to want to decide this 5-on-5. Stephen Matthews doesn't want to call unless he absolutely has to. So we've got 1 second left to go, and with 1 second left in this first period, I reckon we're going to the interval at 2-2. I'd say that's a fair assessment.
Chamberlain and Stepaniak are reacquainting themselves with each other there throughout all of that.
Stephen Matthews is managing this game well, though, isn't he? We can hear him in our ears. He is managing the game and the play as well.
Yeah, he's not allowing it to go. So we're going to have 1 second left in this one, so expect a big slash coming in here potentially from either player. Yeah, Billing just has to drop on that one, but what a period this has been. 2-2 in this one. It was Sonny Carlson who put the Pirates ahead. It looked like they were going to be running away with it when Jason Hewitt got to go in close as the puck bobbled over Jordan Marr, but the Phantoms finally found their feet and finally found a way back into this game. Callum Buglas drawing it level at 2 apiece then. It's setting up an intriguing next period, I feel. So referee Matthews arm in the air, and we are underway in second period action here. 2-2 between the Pirates as they shoot over the bar from Chamberlain, getting an opportunity as it goes in and around. Billing going to have to work this one under pressure from Ferrara as it goes all the way down the ice to be chased in, but we'll have an icing on the players who come back the other way. So the big news from the first period: Sonny Carlson will not be returning, at least for now. It appears that the injury he sustained, and I believe it is an upper lip injury, so as a result they are maybe working on it, but it doesn't look like he will be back out on the ice, at least in this period. So a lot of line shuffling. James Archer having to step up alongside Hewitt and Chamberlain in the early going here.
Well, that could be massive because he was a big player yesterday for the Pirates, so that could be a massive absence.
Hayward gets the shot off, rebound in front, nearly falls into the path of Chamberlain, but it doesn't as it goes out the other way. Archer then collects it, but it's worked around the net as a good drive in from Archer does the job. He feeds it into Hewitt, but it goes out the zone and Phillips will collect it with 40 seconds played in this period. Back in as the tip on from Hewitt does the job it needs to do, and Padalek will now pick it up, looks to fake his man out, and they manage to get it out, but it will go all the way down the other end for icing once again with 49 seconds played in the period.
So the Sonny Carlson injury, an unfortunate injury, it's the puck that's done it, but obviously he was a key player yesterday for the Pirates and they're going to want him back as quickly as they can, and you don't want to see any player end their season early at a big flagship event like this due to an unfortunate injury.
Issue with the water bottle down the other end of the ice, the cause for this delay is Ashley Smith wasn't happy with what was thrown out to him. Soko makes its way back over to the Pirates bench. Face off in the zone for the Pirates as they get Davies, Corhorn and Bonner out there as the Phantoms try and drop on the puck. Goes back to the point where Kirk has it. Kirk with the drive, tip in front, just tipped past the post there. Davies thought he had done enough there to tip that one home, but sadly for him he didn't. He'll now go into a board battle alongside James Ferrara, who comes out on top of it, does the captain of the Phantoms. He now drives it forward into neutral ice, tips it on and will dance in. Corhorn and him going into battle as well as Weldon comes in from the other side. Instead, Kirk now plays out to Davies. Davies will look for his outlet and finds it with the onrushing man. And Stubley puts the puck on net, which Marr is forced to tip around the corner as Buglas, the scorer of the equalising goal in this one so far, goes into a ball battle with the two of them. 1:28 played in the period as the Pirates do dance it out through Bonner. Bonner going to try and look to create something, trying to get it back on the backhand to Kirk, who gets the drive off. Marr is equal to it though. Buglas without a stick, so the Phantoms down to 4 skaters with sticks at the moment as Buglas is going to have to make himself a nuisance elsewhere as the tip from Bonner goes past the post. Bonner comes under hard work from Pollard there, and the Phantoms will pick up the pieces because that falls neatly into them, but they then end up playing it back into the board battle, and the Pirates will come away with it. Bonner trying to get the feed off, that gets held up on the back of the net as it's whipped round the board, and the broken stick on the play actually helps out because White's going to collect it and try and come in by himself round, dances round Hayward, can he get a shot off? No call on the play from Matthews, rebound, Smith able to come up with a save there. Pirates looking for that big cross ice path. It will come off the stick, which will actually help Bonner there as he breaks out it and gets the drop off into Davies. Big long shift for the Pirates here as the Phantoms will now try and go out the other way now as it's jumped in there, and Stepaniak's going to try and get round his man. Phillips will drive him hard into the board. Stepaniak might be able to get the feed back and does so to Susters, who lays it off to McEwen, who can finish it there, but a glove grabbing it in the end from Smith when really he should have buried it.
Well, that was an open net there for a moment with Smith looking the other way as well, and that was a big chance missed.
Pirates wanting the call there, no, not going to get it. Susters gets the shot off, it's hard and vicious and off the backboard, and the Pirates will try and get this one around. Ferrara holds it in there, but instead the Pirates will get the break again as Hewitt gets control of it. Hewitt now coming gunning forward, trying to get the shot off, broken up there once. It's going to fall neatly though, Chamberlain trying to dance it, will get a second opportunity. Miles Strong there, good stick work there by Rob Ferrara to break the first opportunity up with 3 and 5 played in the period.
That play from Ferrara there probably kept the Phantoms in that play.
Archer steps in on the play there that causes enough of a problem that caused the problems. As it's all nearly falling off the stick of Chamberlain, and he might be the first to the puck. He is. Can he whip and wheel it to somewhere else? No, it's a good stick play there by Rob Ferrara again to break up that opportunity as Jarvis Hunt tries to play it out. Instead, it's dropped back in to Ferrara. Rob Ferrara, that is, playing it around the boards, looking for the support and finds it. But again, another turnover on the play, nearly proving costly. Marr whips it around the boards. Pirates getting to it first as their third line comes out with Towner trying to work in the opportunity. Towner going to work around and try and wheel and he'll lay it into the slot. It was begging, but no one was there for the finish. Instead, they do pick it up again though. Towner with it again, will put the shot on, broken up first time. He'll go and whip it around the boards instead and send Fisher in on the chase. Fisher picks it up. The Pirates got it, using extra men everywhere as Bonner will now step in for a bit of a double shift. Forward now comes Towner. Towner into Bonner. Bonner looks to create something, can't do so. Will have to pick up the puck again. Does do so, whips it around the board with speed, where he finds the man of Towner. 4 and 13 played. Towner into Fisher. Fisher into Towner. Broken up very neatly there by Long. Instead, again, still alive there for the Pirates. They're rotating the puck well at the moment, the Pirates. Not allowing the Phantoms the opportunity to break as Chilcott gets driven into the boards. Pirates try and set it up, still do so. That puck will be easily covered up by Marr with 4 and 30 played.
We've seen a very aggressive high forecheck here in this period so far. 4:31 played, and it's been virtually all the Pirates so far. Will the Phantoms rue that open net chance at the other end with Smith looking the other way, waiting for the shot to come one way? That was a chance that McEwen, I think, would definitely want back and would have probably buried 9 times out of 10.
Absolutely spot on there. You do think, in my opinion, McEwen just misread that one as Archer gets the shot off, and that will go up into the netting behind. McEwen just I don't know, it was almost like he was on this right, the body had transferred to the wrong place. He couldn't get where he needed to do to finish the puck, and just that split 2 or 3 seconds
late, wasn't he, just shooting that, because the chance was there. The net was wide open on the side McEwen was, and perhaps his balance just took him too far and he had to just recover. By the time he let go of it, that glove frantically just knocked it away.
So Archer now stepping in with Corhorn and Davies again as the puck goes on. That's covered up by Marr, and instead he actually keeps it alive. Good little play there as Buglas will work that around to Padalek. Now Padalek will try and open the ice up, and he finds the support of Billing. Billing will be under a little bit of pressure here as he goes into the boards around the corner, but Ferrara overskates it, meaning Buglas is going to have to come in, but Davies gets there. But Buglas with that big long stick does the job. Now Billing will get the chance to lay it in there. Not sure where it is there. Smith went the other way, but the Pirates are able to pick up the rebound, and this is a good little spell of play here because Davies, he's going to spot a bit of open ice and go into it. He's going to take that opportunity. Drive comes in from Corhorn, tipped round the post by Marr, and that's a good step on the play and maybe an opportunity for an outlet here. Will Weldon kept himself high. Weldon will try and dance around Hayward. Hayward stands him up initially, still alive in there. He had no support whatsoever, but a good little play by Weldon with 5 and 27 gone in the period.
Nice little solo play there by Weldon.
White now with the opportunity to dance out the other way. He's going to try and find the support elsewhere, but might have to go for it himself. He's going to go for the tight angle, lays it back to the point, but the man's not there. Turn round, nobody home. Rob Ferrara having to pick up the pieces instead. Dump forward now, and Pollard will just work this one in around for the Phantoms to get round the back of the net. Smith will try and clear it round the boards and does do so without too much of a challenge. As Ferrara turns that over, he's going to allow Bonner to come free. Bonner dusts in, rebound in front! It was a big rebound off Marr. It was a fortunate play that fell in the middle. Full credit to Bonner getting the opportunity, and even smarter from Bobby Chamberlain. He didn't let that one slip with 5:58. Pirates back into the lead.
Now that was a long shift by the Phantoms there, and they were caught at the end of it. Great first save from Marr, but then by the time he'd made that first save, he was in no position to recover to make the second one.
It's been a really weird game today from the Phantoms. So much positivity, but at the same time, some uncharacteristic errors at the back end. Another one there, where basically the puck is getting turned over in very unusual places. And from that, the Pirates are taking advantage.
Well, the Pirates take advantage. You have to give Bobby Chamberlain credit there, because he just drew back and held back there, because he could see Marr was an obstacle in his way, and he just drew it back.
Very bizarre here at the moment. So the Phantoms, they've been here before, they're going to have to do it all again this time. Who needs Carlson, hey? Not right now. The Pirates will be quite happy with it, but again, those legs are going to be costing them towards the end. And yesterday they went to this early doors, and they're going to go to it again now. These big cross-ice passes, trying to create opportunities. That one will bounce off the boards. Smith could have to be alert to that one and instead dumps it down the ice. Chamberlain will go in against Buglas and will win out the race that forces the non-icing. So Chamberlain got there, but it's well held by Buglas in the end as Robson plays it off the board. Phillips is collecting this one with 6:41 played in the period. He dumps it long, and Bonner's going to try and skate in behind again. Buglas loses that foot race, but just does enough to put him off his stride. Some big long shifts here coming in for the Pirates.
And we're seeing the Phantoms being not allowed to play their own game. Their big cross-ice passes are just being blocked and denied.
How long, though, before they unlock one of them? That's all you need, though. One of them to unlock, and it becomes a different game. Hayward looking to dump it on to Archer. Towner will go in on the chase. Robson not sure, and allowed Towner to actually win that one. So it's worked back around, but it is collected by Billing, and Billing will come under a lot of pressure. Lays it off, though, to James Ferrara. He'll try and skate round his man, but Billing continued his skate impressively to dump it forward. But Phillips just showing his experience, knees Ferrara off it. And there's the cross-ice pass for the Pirates. Fisher collects it just about, gets it on the end in the end, and Long takes a moment to clear it off the boards. Padlek will try and work this one forward for Ferrara. Ferrara's going to find himself smashed by his man there twice, indeed, into the board. Just letting him know he's there with 7:40 gone in the period as it's whistled up as referee Matthews lose sight to the puck.
It has been an uncharacteristic performance here in this period. 7:40 we played in the second period, and we've seen the Phantoms scrambling and battling for pucks. They had that great chance early on with McEwen that he didn't bury, but then they've pretty much scrambled and battled for the pucks. They've not got their usual free-flowing game going, whereas the Pirates have still kept the game they had from the first period, that big aggressive forecheck.
Again, Bonner, now Colehorn and Davies out there together. They're putting that line together. That speed is causing a little bit of an issue for the Phantoms defensively, as they're just getting in behind the back of it. Davies lays it on, and that one on nearly fell. It'll actually fall again for Davies, who works it backhand in back door to Bonner. Bonner looking to create something, lays it off to Davies. Davies has got Colehorn rushing into the slot. Well played there by Rob Ferrara to hold him up. And forward comes White now. He gets to the layoff. Opportunity for Pollard with the drive, but that takes a deflection off the Pirates' stick and up into the netting behind with 8 and 9 played in the period.
How good has Rob Ferrara been for the Phantoms in this period so far, though? That's 2 or 3 crucial plays that he has broken up. He has really come up big in this 8:09 so far of the second period for the Peterborough Phantoms.
And again, they've only really got those 2 chances off really 1 chance off on Smith in this period, which was McEwen's one. They're not getting the puck to the net. The Pirates are being very effective in not allowing the Phantoms to do that, because the more they can get on Smith, and you might be about to see one here as he goes for the wraparound. Suster's trying to create something. It's a bobble, it's a bungle, it's a bangle, it's a bungle, but it doesn't go anywhere. It comes back out to the point as Buglas now gets it. Men at the net still for the Phantoms. That one's a poor play on all. Bonner will want a call there for an interference. He doesn't get it though, as Robson now collects it in his own end. Works out to Stepaniak. Stepaniak dumps it in across ice where it'll be chased in by Susters and McEwen, but the Pirates do pick up the pieces there. Buglas gets the layoff again, and Stepaniak will now dump in over the blue line. Gets it in there, shot, rebound. Maybe a chance here as Smith takes a long path out of the net there. McEwen works it back to the point where Buglas will get the shot off, looking for the tip. Good save on the tip and a good rebound control there with 8:54 play. I'll be critical at times, but that was a good bit of net minding.
That was a good bit of net minding. He was out of position at first, and then recovered very, very well from there. But that's the first real bit of pressure we've seen the Phantoms generate in this period. We have seen loads and loads down the other end, but this is the first time the Phantoms have really got pressure going in this period. But even then, it wasn't consistent though. It wasn't consistent, the pressure they've got so far this period.
Now all the whole Pirates fans are up on their feet, and I can tell you why. Sonny Carlson has made his way back out onto the ice. He has a face cage on. That's big for the Pirates. In that time where they lost the additional non-EIHA trained player, he's now fit and ready to go, and his side didn't concede any goals and scored one of their own.
Well, that's a massive return now for the Pirates. It's great to see him back out on the ice as well.
Hewitt dumps the puck forward where it will be chased in there by Long, and he drives him in hard. Long works that one around the back there where Norton gets it and gets the layoff into James Ferrara. He'll look for the support of Billing, and he finds it. Billing's got Padalek backdoor. Padalec's going to lose that one just off the end of the tape though, as it looked like he was winding up to let go his very canny wrist shot. Now it's going to be worked around by Ferrara. Ferrara lays it back to Norton on the point. Norton's got Long on the far side. Long has to just stick something on it, does do so. Now Padalek has it again. Padalek will look to wheel and deal. He's held up well. The shot will come in. Rebound. Gonna fall in front. And it's Glenn Billing who buries it into the back of the net. Padalek just did enough there to keep the puck alive. The shot came in, and sometimes it's those dirty little finishes that you need. Everybody wasn't aware of where it was. Glenn Billing was with 9:35 to gone in the period. We're back tied at 3 apiece now.
Good work from Padalek. He's held it in. He's got it on the net. Ashley Smith there makes the first save, but there's someone just left in front that time. And it's been a very, very aggressive forecheck we've seen from the Pirates so far. But then all they've done there is failed to clear that man away from the front of the net. And there he was, waiting for the rebound chance.
Sisters from Padalek from Long. You've got to remember Long there at one point nearly overskated his opportunity, and it nearly slipped out from the point there. He kept that one alive, which allowed the opportunity to move on for the Phantoms. So with Carlson back on the ice, they're now losing 1-0. So maybe you should go back to the dressing room. Doesn't even make it onto the ice, and he makes an impact on the game. Smith having to be alert here, whips this off the backboard. That's a funny bounce. White will fancy that one there. The Pirates do collect it as Corhorn works it forward. Corhorn knows it into Davies, who dances once, dances twice. Gonna get the layoff. Corhorn gets the shot off. Marr with the very smart stick save there to take that one high at 9:56. Phantoms haven't led in this one yet.
No, they haven't. They came from behind last night though against the Steel Dogs. They were down by the opening goal from the Steel Dogs. They came back. It was 4-4 after 40 minutes, and then the Phantoms ran away with it. We're still tied as we come up to halfway through the second period here at 3-3. So we know that the Phantoms could run away.
Kind of blows out my assumption of a 5-goal game at the moment, this one, doesn't it? Bonner keeping that puck alive on the point. Hey, I'm not always right. Mystic Bell's never quite there, because Davies goes for the wraparound. It's held up by Stepaniak. Stepaniak gets the layoff there, and that's going to be rushed forward by McEwen. He's got speed and he's got pace. Chilcott going to have to be alert to it. McEwen nearly danced one, nearly danced two, didn't get the third dance on it. That's going to be kept. Oh, Stepaniak. If that had fallen to him, you fancied the big stick was going to get come into use there.
Well, yep, he was in a great position to shoot there, but he just couldn't quite. He jumped to glove it down, but it's just bobbled away from him.
Chance here as Phillips tries to keep that one alive. It's broken up there, and Stepaniak's got it. He's going to lay it off to Susters. Susters is going to get an opportunity to fly. It's past the post. Still alive, though. Susters rebound. Smith not sure where it was. Thankfully, him hit the pad, and it went back out the other way. Corhorn dumps it in, drops it to Davies, who lays it back to Corhorn. He's going to skate around. He's going to get an opportunity to go in tight on Marr. Lays it into the slot. Davies lays it back. Chance for Phillips having to go back out, broken up in front. Back out to the point. Hayward now has to take control.
And that's two quick chances there from the Pirates after a very, very Phantom spell of the game.
Bonner trying to now work it out of that corner himself. He's under a bit of pressure though, and will try and work this one hard out of there. But in the end, it is the experience of James Ferrara that comes up on top there. That's a good play. Oh, Padalek, he hasn't got the end of the tape on this one at the moment at times tonight. It's just slipping off the end, but Hayward's going to be under pressure there. He goes down, and the Ice fans want to call. Not going to get it as Carlson lays it off to the on-rushing Hewitt. Hewitt will lay it into Carlson. He wants to make an impact by putting the men on the net. It gets broken up, but still alive there for Carlson. He wheels, deals, shot. Marr has to blocker it. Hewitt lays it shot across the slot that doesn't find any touch from anyone as Chamberlain and Norton have a little coming together there, and it's held up well into the corner as Hewitt and Douglas will now go in against each other. Ferrara trying to win the stick battle and does do so as he's able to lay it back to his man and will get the feed out to White. 11:54 played in the period as White dances over the red line, man far side if he can find him, finds him easily. Can he get the shot off? Gets the shot off. It's going high, wide and handsome though as Weldon picks it up around the far side, driven into the boards for his troubles. White gets driven in as well, and that's a very smart little play there by Kirk keeping that one alive there. Work back around. As into the ball battles, they try and work this one out as Pollard and Weldon do it. Weldon gets the layoff into White. White's shot is broken up on the near side, and it will come out to Chamberlain, who's going to look to find the pass into Archer. Archer's shot high and up, and it gets laid out just into neutral ice by the Phantoms. Hayward now with it, looks to try and work this one forward, but it's held up well by the Phantoms on the blue line, and Fisher's forced to retreat with Towner coming out of the zone. Good little play there by Long to play that one off the board where he finds Susters. Susters is going to try and work this one around where Rob Ferrara picks it up. Ferrara going to work this one off the boards into Stepaniak. Stepaniak gets that big cross-ice pass. McEwen just losing off the end of the tape. Got a tick on it though. That means he breaks up the icing and wins the battle in behind the back of the boards. McEwen going to try and wheel deal, find his man backdoor, still alive in the slot. Susters does well to win that one back at a second occasion. McEwen's winding up, can't get it first time. Still alive in there as Stepaniak tries to keep that one alive with Long. And now the Pirates come out the other end. It's end to end as Hayward's going to set his man free. Forward comes an opportunity for Archer. Big save from Jordan Marr. End-to-end action though, because Stepaniak's going to step onto this one. Great play by Chilcott, just getting enough of the stick there to do the job.
How big a save was that from Marr?
Huge at this moment in the game, because all of a sudden the play broken up. It's again uncharacteristic for the Phantoms to leave those opportunities there like that, but Jordan Marr held firm, and now Douglas will take this one forward, trying to find a way forward into Robson. Robson dumps it around where Billing will go in on the chase, trying to find the support as that one goes up into the netting with 13:52 gone in the period.
In the context of the game, that is a huge save from Marr. It's an uncharacteristic opportunity that the Phantoms gifted there, a breakaway chance, and Marr was the only hope of saving that. And at this point in the game, 3-3 at 13:52 in the middle period, that is a huge save, and the Phantoms will be as thankful for that as they will be for that rueful opportunity earlier from McEwen at the other end.
It really is even pegging between these teams. One of the coaches said before the game, this one is too tight to call, and I looked on in disbelief when he said that. I wasn't so sure myself. Unfortunately, he's playing out how he went. Oh, no call on the play there. So it was an unfortunate incident with Davies, so Davies will have to battle for that puck here as Ferrara and Padalek pick it up. Padalek just about keeps handle on the puck and takes a hit for his troubles as well. Earlier in the season would have been a late hit, not these days, as the puck nearly skates out to the edge of the point as Hook puts the arm in the air, but there's no need for that, my friends. It's not an icing call if you're passing out your own zone down the other end to your defensive end. So the Pirates regroup, 14:32. It's a little bit of a patient bit of play here as they look for that exploitive pass. And instead Weldon will now take control of it under his own net, with Bonner just coming in on a little bit of afters there as well, so always keep your eye on that as it's dumped in. Smith tips it round. White will go into battle in the corner, but the Pirates will get the out. Carlson laying it into Hewitt, who comes forward at speed. Hewitt looking to dance, go forehand backhand, but that's well held up there by Scott Robson. Robson works it round the board where White can't get the clear out into a ball battle where Carlson will try and find his way.
Now, obviously, the coach's view is slightly different to ours because they're actually involved in investing in the game.
Hello here. Chance there for Chamberlain, nearly smoking there, but Hayward will now try and work this one around. Bodies at the net if he can find a tip. Nearly there for Carson on the tip. He had sent Marr the wrong way, but just got a pad on it. Then it's laid back across. Chamberlain can't finish.
We both predicted, didn't we, a win for the Phantoms, but yeah, this could prove that the coaches are right and this is too tight to call.
Well, you're trying to suggest that I'm wrong and the coaches know more. Anyway. Hewitt drives his man into the ball. Both might be worth checking out Marr at the end of this play. He's okay actually. He didn't look entirely happy at the last play. It looks like we're going to get a new water bottle out on the ice, or he doesn't want any water anymore, but he didn't look entirely happy at one point in the last play, so let's just keep our eyes on it.
Perhaps he'd like Stephen Matthews to hand him a wine gun.
Maybe he does. Who wouldn't like a wine gum at this time of the afternoon? Who wouldn't like wine at this time of the afternoon, let alone the gums? 15:39 played in the first. It comes back to Kirk, whose drive is broken up by Stepaniak. The Pirates will once again collect it as they look to work this one in deep. Pressure comes in, though, very well from Long, and he'll try and find an outlet in Stepaniak. Stepaniak gets the layoff to McEwen. McEwen just loses it off the end of the take, though, as Susters was waiting. And the Pirates will now come out the other way as James Archer spots open ice. Archer gets the shot off, and we'll just say hello to Jordan Marr on his way through with the glove save with 4 minutes to play in the period.
Easy save, that one for Marv. It's a shot from distance. There's no screen on him and a nice easy save there. And as a netminder, you'd happily make those all day, every day.
And twice on Sundays, you hope.
You'd hope more than twice in this game so far. There's lots of shots.
That's been interesting. We'll get the shots on goal at the end of the period just to see where this one is, because yesterday the Pirates had a extremely strong second period against the Bees, which proved all the difference as Kirk tries to work this one around. It's dumped off the backboard as Corhorn picks it up, lays it back to Kirk on the blue line. Kirk will get the shot on, looking for Davies at the net. He was allowed to skate in there freely as Ferrara will try and clear this one out, and just about does so. Gets the layoff though. Corhorn has to turn around though. Davies has snuck in with Bonner now coming in from deep to try and prove himself a difference. And now Billing gets the layout to Ferrara. Ferrara looks to work his man. Billing will chase in there and prove himself a nuisance and almost wins that battle, but again Kevin Phillips just using all his experience there, holds his man up perfectly, laid into the point where Stubley will collect it, but Padalek's got a chance to get it. Now they're feeding there for the shot as Ferrara's shot goes wide and around. The Phantoms collecting it, looking to work it, but again the Pirates get the clear when they need to and force the Phantoms back with the aggressive forecheck to follow.
In both games yesterday, we saw the game swing around, didn't we, in very quick time with goals coming very, very close to each other. We are now 17 minutes played in the second at 3-3. Are we going to see another episode like that today?
Davies coming forward now for the Pirates. He'll look to try and work the opportunity into Corhorn, who has to get it out of his skates. He lays it back for the drive. Phillips can't drive it though, keeps it alive in the zone though, and the Pirates have actually got the men in deep as Davies looks to work it around. He's held up well by Robson. The follow-up from Chamberlain didn't quite come in time, and now the Phantoms will look to come out their own way with it as they try and work their own opportunity with Susters. Susters dumps it on, and McEwen's going to have to go into a bit of a ball battle there with Hayward. They didn't really fancy much anyway of any chance. Hewitt will now have to skate this one and try and win it, and I think he's got the beating here as Stepaniak, but the big stick on the play proved a lot of the difference.
That is a very long stick, isn't it, Stepaniak's stick?
Well, it has to be. He's a very big man. Carlson lays it into the slot where no one is, but Hayward's working it back across. Now for the drive from Chilcott. That's not going to trouble anyone with 17:51 in the period. As Stepaniak has to utilise his big stick to create something. As Pollard just about gets it out. McEwen won't be pleased about that one, because he really had to do the hard chase. And the Phantoms are going to go for new bodies, and we're going to have an offside on the play that takes it all the way.
And that's finally a break as well, because that's a long shift for both teams as well. We are 18:03 played here in the third period. You can just see the players starting to think, you know, like if we can get into the third period tied, then it's alive for both teams. And we're going to see, if it does end up tied at the end of this period, we're going to see a fantastic third period tonight, I think.
It's going to be an absolute showcase of a period, one to really look forward to. Good draw win there by the Pirates, though, to come away with that one. But under a bit of pressure, Archer does find that pass. But the cross-ice pass isn't onto anyone, and the Phantoms will collect it. Worked out into their own outlet in through two of Norton. James Ferrara gets a little tip on the puck that forces the Pirates to go back and collect with Chilcott. Chilcott looking for the way out, gets a good step round Norton, but Rob Ferrara's there to pick up the pieces as Padalek will direct the play for Norton to go that way. Padalek will now chase in there to try and create something. And that's a good outlet on the play here as Towner gets to step in and try and create something. Towner looking for something to lay off, can't do so. And Billing, if he gets his head up here, he's by himself a little bit, but he's going to have on rushing men in support. Billing gets held up extremely well, though, by Hayward. And in the end, this could be a little bit dangerous as the Phantoms took the opportunity to change up their lines. Didn't quite come off as Billing will now lay it off to Ferrara. 2-on-2 break for Ferrara and Padalek. Padalek going to get the shot off. Hey, that's a heck of a glove save from Smith, though. He saw that one all the way and made it look pretty with 18:57 played in the period.
We may have criticised him earlier, but that was a fantastic save. Padalek was bearing down at speed. He released and straight into the glove of Smith, and he looked 100% confident on that one.
Didn't we see this yesterday a little bit as well? I appreciate the Bees didn't get many high quality chances on him, but he did seem to grow in confidence. You compare the shots of Malinek, the shots of Malinek that went flying over the glove with 2 minutes for the second goal for the Bees, compared to some of those saves later on. It looked like he grew in confidence, and
again, a save like that might just be all he needs to get going in this one, as the Pirates will try and get this goal advantage back as they try and work it around. We had a late goal in the first. Are we going to see another one here as Bonner picks it up behind the net? He looks to get the layoff, does do so. Puck bobbles up. Marr has to be alert to it. Corhorn looking for any sort of support he can find. Gets it back to Hayward. 30 seconds as Hayward tries to lay it into the slot. Buglas drops it back, and now an opportunity if Susters gets open. Stepaniak not happy with something there. Susters doing a bit of dancing. Lays it off to McEwen. Sticks in the lane though. Stop that opportunity. And maybe the Pirates going to get a chance with 20 seconds to play here. Davies looking for anything he can find. Goes for it on the net. Corhorn gets it. Rebound there. Going to have to be alert to keep this one out. The Phantoms are, to begin with, get it laid back around, but it's a disappointing play off it as there's a little coming together behind the play. Norton's going to have a little dance forward with 5 on the clock, and Stubley will just hold him out there as McEwen will get it off on the buzzer, and it's a big diving body there from Hayward. There's nothing to separate these two sides after another 20 minutes. It's been end-to-end action in this one. A goal apiece in the period. Again, the Pirates reclaiming the lead, but the Phantoms just doing enough to hold it back and bring it back in. And it is a paper wedge between these two sides at the moment. Referee Matthews has his arm in the air, and we are underway in the third period of the NIHL Final Four final. It's tied up at 3 apiece between the Peterborough Phantoms and the Hull Pirates as the Pirates look for that first opportunity. Carlson going to try and dance around his man and does so. Tries to get the feed off, doesn't do so. So instead the Phantoms are going to get the opportunity to come out here. Now, which way does Kulikov play this? He's going to send Billing off here through the middle of the ice. Billing will try and get the shot on, but it disappears past the post, and Carlson will complete the job in clearing it out to neutral ice with 30 seconds gone.
We've seen some great forechecking from the Pirates so far this game. What we haven't really mentioned is the breakouts. When the Phantoms have had the chance, they've been good on the breakout and fast.
And look at the Pirates, they're setting up the aggressive forecheck here, leaving 2 men high. It seems to have caused the Phantoms some problem that when they haven't had the forecheck, they've had an easy way out. But I think the forecheck has caused them problems as White tries to work it out, and now it's picked up by Matty Davies. Davies going for that big ice pass, and Robson takes a hit into the board for his troubles. No icing on the play as Buglas will have to try and work this one out himself. Does so once, but can't do it twice as the Pirates will now set it up. Oh, I just thought it fell off the end of the stick as Pollard wants to get the call from Corhorn. He's not going to get that one there. Referee Matthews happy to put the whistle in the pocket as he drops that one back onto the supporting man. Shot comes in. Marr will see that one all the way and gloves it as Bonner comes in just chasing in, and Weldon just picks up the pieces of 1:15 played in the period.
We saw both teams yesterday in their semi-finals capitalising on special teams. We've only seen the 1 penalty so far in this game. So it has been so far decided at 3-3 this far, virtually all 5-on-5.
It's been a very clean game, I think it's fair to say. You've not seen many late hits. Yeah, there's a little bit of niggle, but it's not like you're seeing slashes and hooks. Players are playing sticks on the ice, bodies fair. As Kurt gets the shot off, rebound in front of Marr, and that one nearly came off Norton's skate into his own net as Corhorn was sniffing around. Instead, he's able to get it a little bit out of there. Corhorn driven now hard into the boards with McEwen. This is not where the Phantoms want this line. They want them going forward, where they've proven dangerous over the course of the weekend. As now Susters gets his head up, he gets the layoff, doesn't fall into McEwen, will come back the other way though, and Stepaniak will lay it off into McEwen. McEwen though, not much option, has to whip it round the board as the Phantoms go for a line change. Pirates looking for that explosive pass, and it might fall into Bonner here. He's rushing on. That's a great stick on the play though by Nathan Long to stop that opportunity. Phantoms get the clear out though as Padalek comes forward. Padalek's got Billing at the net, goes for the shot himself, but Smith is in confidence. The Gloves saw that one all the way with exactly 18 minutes to play.
The players will be well aware though, when we're going back to a clean game, the players will be well aware you cannot help your team win this final trophy of the season from the penalty box. So yeah, we have seen a clean game. Credit to Stephen Matthews, he's let it flow as well. He's managing the players well. We can hear him in our ears. He's managing the players and the game well, and it's a good clean game.
Dump round the balls there as Fisher will now try and get this one, as Fisher under a lot of pressure there from James Ferrara. They'll like this outlook here where you've got Padalek up against his guys. Instead they're going to work it out this way with the Pirates as it all falls off the end of the stick, and Buglas has to pick up the pieces and dump it forward for Phillips to get goal control of. Phillips lays it across to Hayward, who lays it into Turner. Turner dumps on. Apologies, that was Stubley with the initial pass there, but the dump in is won by Towner, who gets it back to Archer, and Archer's got Phillips rushing into the slot if he can find him. Couldn't get the feed, so Hayward has to keep this one alive and does do so. Lays it in there, trying to find that little bit of support. Towner will get away with it there. Stick on the play, not of interest to referee Matthews as Chamberlain tries to turn this one over and put the pressure on, but Billings will pick up the pieces and he knocks it around the board. Padlek, and this is the cool, composed play that the Phantoms could do. Buglas, though, is all by himself here. He's done it once tonight. Can he do it twice? Laying it into Weldon. The puck just sits there as he tries to swat it home, tries to hit that home run, but instead it's a sacrifice bunt and it doesn't go anywhere. As the Pirates get a little bit mixed up coming onto the play.
That was a good opportunity. That's the best opportunity I think we've seen for the Pirates so far, for the Phantoms even so far this period, but it was just elusive.
Pirates now trying to create this one as they come forward through Kirk. Kirk dumps on as Hewitt tries to create the opportunity, but it's Chamberlain who has to pick up the pieces there. Trying to find the pass forward now into Hewitt. Hewitt will get a chance to wheel around, try and create something on the backhand, but it's well stopped by Norton. And Hewitt once again trying to find his man. Instead, it's Ferrara. Ferrara trying to work something out of there. And Chamberlain gets it. Chamberlain, good spell of pressure as the shot tries to come in quickly from Phillips. Isn't able to do so, and the Phantoms just dump it forward for Stubley and Pollard to go into conversation with each other there. But Phillips will now have it behind his net with 3:53 played in the period. Phillips getting the layoff onto the on-rushing man. It's well broken up there by Norton, and he gets the layoffs into Stepaniak. Stepaniak with the shot. Rebound going to fall there that Sustas was just half a split second behind. And Stepaniak battling hard for the puck. Phillips will get the wheel out now, and Bono has to get it out of his skates and does do so. He'll dance through his man, takes the man down. No call on the play from referee Matthews, and the net actually comes off its mooring, and Marr gives it a bit of a shove on the way there as well. I think Bonner's a bit upset that he hasn't got a penalty call there, and I kind of understand it in some respects.
It's a very, very close call, but I just think it's the occasion. Here we are at Coventry, the final of the Final Four. Stephen Matthews wants there to be this game decided, I think, by the players themselves rather than by special teams. If you're just going power play after power play after power play and power play goal after power play goal after power play goal, people will then be talking in a couple of weeks' time, oh, that final was ruined by the referee. No, Stephen Matthews is doing a good job here, just allowing the players to play the game. It's being played sensibly and safely, and as long as that continues, the talking point will be the actual players on the ice.
Oh, yeah, that's tips on there by the Pirates. I'm just not sure there. I think there was enough there to make a call. Bonner was definitely impeded on his way
earlier
forward.
in the season, that probably would have been a call.
I think even 2 weeks ago that would have been a call. Padalek coming forward now. He's going to try and create something, but it's well broken up there by his man. And instead, the Pirates now come out of it the other way as Davies lays it onto the on-rushing man. Colehorn can't do too much with it, but Bonner keeps it alive, dumps it in backdoor. Colehorn trying to collect it. It's bumbling around though, can't do anything with it. As now it's collected by Ferrara. Ferrara gets the layoff into White. White with the tip there at the net from Weldon. Just wasn't able to do what he wanted to do, and maybe it's going to come out the other way, but the Pirates going for that line change means the Phantom are going to be able to regroup and collect it for themselves.
But even on the line change, Archer's still in there, pressuring hard and forechecking.
Indeed, and it's interesting. The Pirates are leaving those bodies high. The Phantoms haven't been able to get their big cross-ice passes going, as that's a turnover there that Pollard might be able to work something out of, but Phillips is going to battle in for it. Archer as well. Stepaniak drives him into the board. Now a chance to lay that one on. There's two tips in it. As Stepaniak lays it back as it goes into the slot. That could have gone anywhere with McEwen on the rush round. Wasn't able to do too much there as Rob Ferrara keeps that one in the zone under pressure from Archer and lays it across to Stepaniak. Stepaniak will get the shot off as Smith gets a glove on that one, and it just bobbles wide with 5:45 played in the period. We're just beginning to see it open up a little bit as Archer gets round his man. Archer looking to try and wheel and deal and create something of his own, but he's well held up there by Ferrara, and the two of them will battle it out. Norton having to go in there and help pick up as McEwen spots an opportunity to skate out of the danger zone and does do so. Gets round one, gets round two, and they'll want the call on the play. They're not going to get it as Towner comes back the other way. Towner going to get the shot off at the near side. Marr alert to it though, but still in there for the Pirates as Chamberlain will work this one around. Finds the on-rushing support of Towner. Now can they find something else as McEwen has to dump it out. Big long shift for this Phantoms line, and finally they are going to get that change as Stepaniak drops it on with 6:27 played in the period. Pirates looking to exploit it. That'll be an icing call though.
That big long shift will have taken a lot out of that line from the Phantoms though. We've said about the second change which Kulikov has as the nominal home coach here, but that line change, the Pirates just stopped him rotating his players, and that would have been a big long shift and taken a lot out of those tired legs.
I'm beginning to think you're beginning to see Hull just dropping bizarre combinations at the moment. They're just getting their lines a little bit crossed and a little bit tied up as a shot comes in that goes up into the net. You're just beginning to see different players step in at different times, and maybe already it's just trying to use the body around.
Well, perhaps it's just, it's just trying to keep the players into, fresh, alert by just swapping the combinations a little. We're at 3-3. Nobody's broken the deadlock yet. Perhaps just a slightly alternate line combination is going to throw off the alternate coaches' plans as well and their match.
Yeah, it's a very intriguing battle, this one. And of course, Kulikov has the goodness that he's sat on the bench. He can watch it all. Hewitt has to think about what he's going to do in his shift as Padalek puts the shot on the wheels around and forces both Smith and Matthews to duck as that one goes up into the netting.
Kulikov always a very studious coach, though. He will be studying exactly what the Pirates are doing, exactly which players they're sending out, and he's a very studious, very, very good tactical and technical coach as well. So for him being on the bench, this is perhaps a big advantage here for the Phantoms as we head into the, well, where are we now? We've got 13 to play in the game, and Kulikov on the bench will just be formulating as every play happens.
Indeed. The Pirates do have their support staff as well, but obviously the main man is Hewitt, as now they try and dance this one forward through Carlson. Carlson throws it on net, it hits the side netting, and every fan thinks that might have gone in. Instead, it nearly falls out to the slot. Now, this might be the interesting foot race here. Phillips up against Pollard. Experienced legs winning the day on that occasion, as Hayward gets the pass off. Chamberlain goes fast and across ice. That'll be icy offside on the play, as Hewitt now loses his stick, and instantly people think it's a slash, and Hewitt actually lays the body on Stephen Matthews there as well. Anyway, Susters dances in over the blue line. He's going to get the shot off through a crowd, but Smith sees that one all the way with 7:18 played in the period.
Now, we did say how confident Smith is going to be perhaps key to this game. He's made some big saves now, and he is growing in confidence. Early on in the game, there was a little bit of scramble about his play, whereas now he is growing in confidence, I think.
Nearly a draw win then for the Phantoms, but Kirk works it around and Corhorn just can't get his stick on it, so instead it's going to come back the other way. Taylor takes a bit of deflection, but forward they come now, but Susters loses that one, and forward do come the Pirates as it's Davies. Davies dances, it's a good second stick by Susters, but the support comes from Corhorn. Corhorn going to look into the slot, instead lays it back to Davies. Davies got men on the point, Stubley with the drive, broken up there by Susters, and Susters has to battle for it, can't do it though, as Corhorn picks it up behind the back of the net. Can he get the feeler? The feed off to Davies. Stepaniak is there to do it. Big long shift for the Phantoms here. I think they might go for the change. No, they're going to go up with it as Stepaniak spotted an opportunity to maybe go in tight. Well held out by Kurt, still fed dangerously across the slot. No one could spot that one coming though, and now the Pirates come out the other way as they look to wheel and dance as Corhorn tries to do something by himself. Instead he has to go into the corner to keep this one alive. Worked around to Towner, who collects it. Towner will go back out to the point. Drive from Hayward is easily seen by Marr with 18-17 played in the period.
I think crucially there for the Phantoms, while the forwards couldn't get the change because they were pressing forward, Kulikov did manage to get out 2 fresh legs on, or 4 fresh legs even on D there for that play.
Those people with 2 legs, goodness damn them when it comes to maths. I tell you what, 4 legs, 2 legs, 8 legs, lots of legs.
Been a long season.
It's been a very long season. Robson works that one around the board. That might fall for Towner though if he can keep it alive, and he does so, but then Archer on the whip around can't do anything himself, and again Towner has to try and pick up the pieces as Fisher follows in hard on the body. I say hard. He laid the body. That's a nice little drop pass nearly for Pollard there. Rob Ferrara, nearly had an opportunity to give it to Billing, and instead we're going to have a wave off on the icing play. So Billing will go in and try and win this puck, but the Pirates might have a way out. James Ferrara under a bit of pressure with Billings as the bodies come flying in that ball battle. Not one you want to be involved with it this time with the tired legs. Billing trying to get the feed off, can't get it there. Douglas does very well to keep this one alive. Backhands it on net, still alive though as Fisher will look to clear it out. And this will actually be no icing on the play. It is waved off with 9:05 to play in the period. Now Douglas looking for that big explosive pass. Finds it to Weldon. He gets a little bit of the wheels going, but Stubley does very well to cleanly hold him up from playing that. Padalek looking to wheel and dance, gets it back out to the point. Douglas, he's got one tonight, gets another shot and looking for a tip. Bodies at the net, and the little bit of a follow-in from Padalek incurs the wrath of the Pirates team.
And you can see Padlek has nothing to do with that at all. He's a smart player, he's a wily player, has nothing to do with that at all. But are we just seeing now that this game is going to turn maybe a little more niggly? We're into the final 10 minutes, coming up to the final 10 minutes here of the game. Is it going to turn a little more niggly now?
Has nothing to do with that apart from chasing in on the netminder and then just skating away like the innocent man that he thinks he is.
Waving happily as he left.
Waving happily. Oh, I wasn't involved in that one. Yeah, I'm innocent, Gov. Wasn't me, Gov. Yeah, I just robbed the bank, but don't worry, I wasn't there on the getaway. It's all right.
I did give a wave.
Phantoms with the draw win there as they work it around. Now a chance for Pollard, but the diving body on the floor stops that one. He felt that one as well as Hewitt now comes forward with speed. Hewitt lays it off to Chamberlain. Chamberlain looking to try and work it in there and create something. Gets into the shot for the slot. Marr has to be alert to that one because it was a bobbling puck that Carlson got something on with 9:43 played in the period, but he just did enough. And Bobby Chamberlain just delivering a little bit of a response after Padalek's one there.
Yep, fair comment there. Great play by Haywood there, giving his body at the in the slot, giving his body, which then allowed the Pirates to transition quickly with speed, and that's something they've done in both games so far. They move so quickly, and they get their three down there and set near the net, causing Marr problems.
Still tied at 3 on the scoreboard. Who's going to be the game winner? Who's going to be the one that breaks the deadlock as Phillips lays it into Hewitt? Hewitt has managed to get round the back, lays it into the slot. Marr is alert enough though as they try and get the clear out and Dufo to Susters. It's a 3-on-3 break. McEwen gets hit well, and that's a great play there by Haywood to stop that opportunity, and he then picks up again and Haywood finds himself in trouble. Chamberlain works it out backhand there. That's a neat outlet pass. 2-on-2 break here as Carlson and Hewitt come forward. Look for the man joining the play. It's Bobby Chamberlain, but Stepaniak is there to stop it as well. And now the Phantoms, we really are opening up as a big open ice hit. Susters going to work this one in. 3-on-2 break here potentially. Susters loses it though. Big long shift here as Hewitt's going to come flying forward once again. 10:22 played in the period. Hewitt working that one in to Bonner. Bonner gets the drop back. Falls all the way back to the slot. Kirk's shot is broken. Rebound in front. And who else could it be but Sonny Carlson? The puck just sat there waiting to be buried. Jason Hewitt's out on his feet at the end of a long shift. But it comes with its rewards, because Sonny Carlson nailed it in. And that's a great job with 10:31 in the period. Once again, the Pirates into the lead.
And is that the game-winning goal, or are we going to see more? It's a great play here by the Pirates, because Carlson has been off the ice, and we did mention perhaps him being fresher. And look at the way he celebrates as well. You can see he's fresh as a daisy, having missed that 11 minutes.
How many players do you see sliding on one knees these days? The trouble is, I don't mind it here. It's, as you say, potential game winner. It's when you see it in an 8-1 thrashing against someone, you just like, really, lads, don't worry about the one knee slide at that moment in the game. Just park that one, it's fine. So, Phantoms, once again, all to do here. They've come back twice in this one. They need to come back again. They, again, haven't really got those clear quality opportunities today. Bonner and Hewitt picking up the assist as now Manny Davies comes flying forward. And is it going to be a little quick spell here by the Pirates? They've decided, right, this is the time, boys. We need to get a couple more quick goals like we did in the game yesterday that could turn it all in our favour.
They did it yesterday, and they will look to do it now, because we've got 9 minutes left.
9 minutes to go then as Haywood picks up the puck. He looks to try and work it out, finds Bonner, and that's a nice little pass on to Corhorn. Corhorn's going to scout bot the opportunity, force some open ice, will come in hard and tight, looks for the wraparound but just loses it off the handle. It's dumped back around, Bonner collects it again. They're getting the puck in deep at the moment, the Pirates. They'll be very happy about this as Davies lays it on. Corhorn just losing off the end, feeds it back. Haywood works it around and it just gets tangled up as Davies collects it. Now what does he do? Does he go inside? Does he go and create himself? He's under a bit of pressure. Marr's forced to tap that one around as Weldon will pick up the pieces now. And actually that's good high forecheck there from Corhorn as we go into nearly the final 8 minutes. Pollard tries to dump it forward. Broken up though. And the high stick is waved off as Buglas will come forward. He's had a very impressive game, trying to turn defence into offence for the Phantoms. Feeds it in for the shot. It doesn't come off cleanly though for Pollard as it disappears past the post, and then he throws his body hard onto Archer. Collected now by Kirk in his own end. Kirk is going to try and work this one out into Towner works it across ice into Hayward. Hayward goes across to Archer. Archer steps forward with speed, dumps it on. Marr watches that one whistle past the post as Robbie Ferrara picks it up. Now Towner's going to put the pressure on. The high forecheck paying off here for the Pirates because they're going to get another opportunity. Archer again, shot, whistles past the post and now gets collected by Sisters. And the Phantoms will try and work this one forward as McEwen and Sisters team up. McEwen's got round his man, held up well though. Wants the penalty call, isn't going to get it. Instead, the Pirates will try and battle this one out, which they do so as Archer again does well. Fisher and Archer going to get this one in a 2-on-1 chance, but it's offside on the play with 12:46 gone in the period.
Which is handy because Nathan Long had just lost his stick in that little battle by the blue line, and the whistle was a great chance for him to turn around and pick up his stick. Otherwise, against that heavy, aggressive forecheck, you wouldn't want to be going with one player without a stick.
We're now picking up the stick down there, so we're all very happy about that with how it's going. Draw win for the Phantoms as Billing comes out of it and Norton is able to lay it across to the supporting man. Now Padalec's going to collect it, but he gets held up very well by Hayward. Penalty shouts coming from the Phantoms bench, but you're not going to pick those up at this time. Chamberlain gets the play out on that puck as Carlson now gets it, lays it across to Phillips. Phillips drops it into Hewitt, who goes for the drive, and Marr has to be alert, can't pick up the rebound from the big heavy shot. And the Phantoms will look to try and work this one out now for James Ferrari. He dumps it on Padalec though, just skated in over offside as him and Hayward have a little coming together with 13 and 13 gone in the period.
Well, this is now really the pressure starting to build on the Phantoms. We are getting to the business end of the game now. If it had been 3-3, then it would have been a totally different game. But for the Phantoms, they know they are going to have to start opening up and making their move soon. I wouldn't expect anything drastic as yet, but as time ticks on, just look for them taking that extra risk now that they're going to need to get this game back to a tied game.
Don't forget they've got the timeouts in hand as well if they need to utilise that and go for that. So there are plenty of options here for the Phantoms as we'll have the Phantoms tossed out the face-off circle despite the clean win at 13 and 14.
So at what point in time then, Graham, do you start saying as the coach, all right, we're going to have to start, taking the risk, leave the man higher and take that risk?
Or do you just have belief in your system? So far tonight, they've been 2-0 down and they've been 3-2 down, and both times have come back. Why would this be any different now for the Phantoms? Sure, if they score a goal here, the Pirates, it's going to be very different as Hewitt's shot. Rebound falls in front, still there. Men digging for it as the shot comes in from Chamberlain past the post. Plenty of bodies there as Chamberlain and Carlson are battling for it. As Chamberlain now gets driven into the boards, no call on the play, and I think there was an expectation it was going to come because it could have been called. Anyway, Kirk steps in on that one, good job there, but with Chamberlain slow coming out the circle, all he can do is dump it in and get the change. I think the Phantoms will just believe their system is going to work. It's going to come off, don't need to worry about it, don't be impatient. As Stepaniak dances in, but his shot is tipped up into the netting.
We saw there, though, another big cross-ice pass, which has been characteristic of the Phantoms' success all season, broken up by the Pirates. The Pirates are alert.
Yeah, I feel they've been a bit hungrier for every puck so far tonight, the Pirates. The Phantoms, they're letting the puck come to them. The Pirates are going to the puck, they're getting to the puck, they're just
and also they've been tighter with their passing as well. We've seen on a couple of occasions the Phantoms have just lost it because they're not quite the tape-to-tape passes that we're seeing the other side.
Indeed, as the Pirates again draw win. That's what I'm talking about there. You've just seen the Phantoms, sometimes you would fancy them to win those battles, and they're just not, as we're going to have an icing on the play here. So we're going to go back the other way.
Now this is a chance for the Phantoms. They get a draw in front of Smith. They've not got that many pucks cleanly on him in this period. This is a chance, but you've got to win that draw first. You've got to win the draw and you've got to have somebody hungry to get that puck from the draw.
And here what we're talking about, just buying a little bit of a break here. Lee Bonner just having a little chat with referee Matthews there. Just buys a couple of extra seconds for the Pirates. Getting those fresh legs. Draw win doesn't come off because it doesn't come off, but the Pirates are able to clear their zone. Davies under pressure now from his man as Billing keeps that alive. Padalec now with it. He's going to look to wheel and deal. Goes for the wraparound. Rebound there, and there it is. The opportunity is the big rebound that fell out the other way, and it's James Ferrara, the captain of the Peterborough Army, who's able to deliver it home at 14 and 19. We're back level at 4 apiece.
Have belief in your systems, as Graham just said. The draw went there for the Phantoms, but they didn't quite control the draw at all. Fortunately, it was held in at the blue line, and then you can see the benefit of winning that draw and eventually controlling it. Padalek tries to stuff in the rebound, tries to stuff in the wraparound, and Ferrara does stuff in the rebound.
And I'm sure there'll be plenty of questions about that icing call instantly. Players are already talking about it on the ice. That's what you can see is Lee Hayward asking, where are you getting the icing from that call there? He's explaining out the decision to him. You're never going to understand that as a player yourself.
No, in the heat of the emotion, you know, it's in the heat of the emotion as a player, it's hard to understand.
So that's where you've got to get rid of it from your head. At the end of the day, 3 times tonight the Pirates have gone ahead. 3 times tonight the Phantoms have fought back. The Pirates need to dig into that well once again to see if this one's going to come off of them, as Susters now collects it, and Susters drop pass into Carlson. Carlson's going to spot a bit of open ice and maybe an opportunity to feed Hewitt, but it just slips off the end, and all Hewitt can do is jump it around into Ferrara. Ferrara trying to find his way out of trouble. Does do so. Susters quick cross-ice pass. Hewitt's just learned. Stick in that slot. Don't allow them the opportunity to break out as Chamberlain tries to dump this one on. Oh, it's exciting when it ends like a 4-4 game. I love this because it's an opportunity for a hero to be made out here. McEwen dumps it onto the on-rushing man. Robson has to go in deep and collect it. Got Pollard at the net. Pollard now tries to work that one around, but instead it will fall all the way around the back end to Weldon. Weldon's going to try and create his opportunity, driven hard and handsomely into the boards by the Pirates player there, with 15 and 15 played in the period. Pollard might get the jump here on Kirk, goes to the wraparound. Shot comes in, the rebound still falls for them. Can they do it again? It's almost a repeat of what happened a moment ago. Instead, it's going to be a bit of a battle as Robson tries to work this one, but he's held up well by Stubley. White goes in there to try and collect it as well. White trying to wheel and deal, gets it round to Weldon. Weldon does well to keep that one there, but then Buglas loses it on the blue line.
When you say about time to make a hero, it's also coming up to contract time as well, and if you're a hero, you're going to be a wanted signature.
Indeed, Billing with that one there as the bounce off the balls falls his way, puts the shot on as it ricochets over the net as Padalek was skating in, and now the Pirates are going to try and clear this one out. Trying to dance around it is Davies alongside Corhorn, but it's held up well, and now Billings is going to get an opportunity to leave it on for the onrushing Norton. Norton going to get the shot off, it's gloved into the slot, maybe a chance to be buried. As it came off Padalek, it just whistled past the post. Not a clean shot on that one, it came off the body more than anything else, and now Padalek's picked it up again. He's going to try and dance, but about 27 sticks from the Phantoms might not come off as Ferrara lays off to Billing past the post. Phantoms, Pirates need to hold this one out. Ferrara with the shot, looking for the tip. The traffic's there as Billing wheels it back again. Rob Ferrara across to Buglas. Buglas puts the shot on, looking for the tip. Good pad save there as Padalek got something on it. The Pirates need to either clear or get a cover up here, or hope Buglas loses it off the end of the stick for the second time in a very short period of time. Billing now gets his head up. He's got opportunities as his line mates go for a change, and the Phantoms will get some fresh legs on. That was a good spell there for the Phantoms.
Great spell, and a great spell plus a long shift for both teams as well. Finally they have got the change.
Hewitt's shot disappears up and actually goes so up it knocks off the top of the plexiglass into the netting with 17:03.
Now, we mentioned in the semi-final yesterday, of course, the new format for next season. This will be a great opportunity for everybody watching on the stream and that to see the sort of game that they're going to get to expect next season as well. We've got the top team from the north versus the playoff winners from the south, and all this spectacle will continue in the new National Hockey League next season.
I'm not worried about next season right now. We've got 3 minutes to go in this season, and potentially overtime, potentially penalty shots. There's a lot of storylines still to be written. We're midway through the final chapter at the moment.
That's not all she wrote today.
No, we're not going to go down the all she wrote approach. Kev's already shaking his head at me. Don't talk about murder she wrote again. Goodness me, we had enough of that yesterday. Chamberlain then trying to win the puck as he works it around into Hewitt. Hewitt shot, rebound in front, and referee Matthews. And he's going to have a word with Bobby because Bobby wasn't happy about that.
Now we get the benefit here in our ears of hearing the game management, which has been superb, not just today but across the weekend as well. The players have respected the officials they've got here, and it's been great game management by Stephen Matthews and by Paul Brooks as well in the earlier NIHL 2 game. But yeah, here we are now, 17-14 played, and we are tied at 4, and it really has been, Graham, not the game we thought, because with 2:46 left to play, it's almost impossible to call.
Now, which way is that? Is that the Phantoms playing under their abilities, the Pirates playing over their abilities.
I think the Pirates may have stopped the Phantoms from playing the game that they wanted to play, the game that's seen them so successful this year in the South.
And that's full credit to the Pirates and how they've set up. By the way, just in that interaction there with Bobby Chamberlain and referee Matthews describing that he's got feelings. Referees are human beings. This is a fantastic revelation in the final minute of the, not the final minute, we're into the final three here as the Pirates coming close. Marr has to be alert to that one, and Chamberlain takes a trip to the ice for his trouble there. You're going to see plenty of bodies getting in close on the netminders at the moment, with 17 and 34 gone in the third.
Who'd want to be a netminder? You see the puck coming to you, you see a group of players all around you, and you just have to dive and cover it up. You know, it's crucial at this point in time. You can't leave a rebound or just flick it away. Who'd want to be a netminder?
They are a special breed. They're unique human beings. How they put together in their minds is a different world. I could never. It's just like Pandora's box. You open it, oh, you're a netminder.
Yeah.
It's something mysterious and bizarre. As Stepaniak tries to drop that one across the ice, but he can't do so, and now Bonner's going to get a chance to try and dump it on, but the Phantoms break that one up. Corhorn going in on the forecheck though to try and create the pressure as it's played off the boards. That's going to fall very neatly for McEwen. He loses out the end of his skate. Stepaniak trying to get there as well. Norton and his man skate the wrong way, and Matt Davies very nearly slid up that gap as we enter the final 2 minutes as the shot goes in on Smith, and he's forced to cover up now. Are you calling your timeout now, Coach Kulikov? No.
Nearly a costly error there, wasn't it? Nearly a very costly error as the two Phantoms just parted, leaving a wave through, but fortunately managed to recover and clear that. We've got 1:57 left to play, no sign of a timeout as yet.
Here you go. Throwing the body again. Little bit of time management here from the Pirates. Late change on the play, no call on it, but it's just bought them a little bit of extra seconds of leg spray.
Although they don't have the second change.
Indeed, so it's very interesting, but it's just that little. You're not going to call a penalty like that now. You don't want to be seen, oh, I called the power play. What for? Oh, they broke the icing infringement. Doesn't look good for you as a referee, even though it is in the laws of the game, rules of the game, wrong sport, rules of this sport. Padalek now trying to dance this one out the corner as he's under pressure from Davies. Gets a couple of little jabs for his trouble as Padalek looks to wheel and deal. Can only dump it around, but unfortunately, again, the Bakerloo line proving popular tonight when they all should be taking the Piccadilly. As now it's going to be Bonner skating in hard on Buglas. He's going to cause a little bit of a nuisance there, but Buglas' size proving the difference there, at least initially, as we go into the final minute and a half of the period. Dumped off the board as they try and work this one around is Ferrara. Ferrara works that one around the other way and gets the outlet pass into Padalek. Padalek dumps it around into Buglas. This is what the Phantoms can do, is set up the play, but the pass from Buglas is poor and Billing isn't able to take control as Billing goes in deep behind the back of the net.
And that's an uncharacteristic, unforced error from the Phantoms.
Forward comes Hewitt. He's got Chamberlain in the slot if he can find him, but Jordan Marr is absolutely straight and secure to that one. Good little save there by Marr. I think he felt that one on his glove and his hand, because that was a dangerous save he had to make there as we entered the final minute. Hewitt had just spotted the on-rushing Chamberlain and laid it perfectly for him.
And there was the chance to become the hero, wasn't there, for Bobby Chamberlain, but instead it's Jordan Marr who comes up as the hero right now. That was a close shot and a big save from Marr again. 58 seconds to play and he's kept this game alive with that big save.
Phillips just looking at this one, might be a draw win and shot as Chamberlain tries to get one off himself. Instead the Phantoms come up the other way with Stepaniak. Stepaniak trying to dance around his man, but he's held up well by Chamberlain. The follow-up's there, Stepaniak's going to get a shot off. Rebound is hard as it goes into Weldon in the corner. Weldon going to be under a lot of pressure here. Stepaniak will try and dance past Phillips, but experience from Phillips tries to lay it off in there to the onrushing Sisters, who just can't bury it as Weldon takes his change. Into the final 30 seconds of this one as it can only be dumped on. The Pirates are going to get to come out the other way. Chamberlain being asked a lot at the moment. Those tired legs are beginning to burn, you feel, as the Phantoms go into the corner. Final 20 seconds as Billing will look to try and come away with this one now. Maybe one last chance here for the Phantoms, or we're off to overtime as Susters comes forward. Billing is rushing on. Susters puts the shot on. It's covered up by Smith. So with 11 seconds to go, we'll have a face-off in the Phantoms' offensive end.
Now, if we do go to overtime, those tired legs at 3-on-3 are going to be even more exposed because of all that extra space on the ice. The players are going to have more gaps to get through and more gaps to cover. So those tired legs are going to be very, very exposed. But we still have 11 seconds left in regulation time.
And we are going to have a timeout here for the Peterborough Phantoms, as I would imagine they were going to have. 30 seconds to talk this one over, because this is a golden opportunity here. Get a draw win, a clean draw win. You've got maybe about 5-6 seconds to set up a play.
Well, yep, you have, and the face-off is crucially down that end. All they need to do is win this draw and control it, which they've not been brilliant at today. Yesterday, we saw them good on the draw. They won the draws, they controlled them. Today, they've just not been that consistent on the draw. And if you are going to make the most of this chance, you need a clean win and you need a player ready to do something with that puck.
So it'll be interesting what we go for. Archer, Towner, Hayward and Phillips, the defensive setup here for the Pirates. And at the other end, it's Weldon, Ferrara, Douglas, Stepaniak and Billing. Interesting change there, gone for the ultra-offensive approach here. And you might as well, you want to get Stepaniak's big shot on. Draw win does come back to Stepaniak. His shot is broken up initially, goes up into the netting. So with 7 seconds to go, we'll have another draw in the favour of the Phantoms here.
It's what we just spoke about, though, because that draw won by the Phantoms, eventually back to Stepaniak, and that huge stick, that huge body, getting the draw in, wasn't on target, but now a chance to repeat.
Chance to repeat it, but it is a draw win for the Pirates. They'll hold this one up. So then, ladies and gentlemen, there has been nothing to separate these two sides. It's not going to be the 4 or 5-0 victory for one side. It's all going to come down to an overtime period. 2 goals in that one. Sonny Carlson again looked to have been the hero for the whole Pirates, but James Ferrara had an answer. And so we're going to go into overtime at the end of the third period. It is the Peterborough Phantoms 4, the whole Pirates 4. So we're on the way to overtime as McEwen tries to dance around his man. 1 goal will win it now either way. The Phantoms haven't been up all night long. All they need now is a goal, and they'll be celebrating quadruple as Phillips tries to lay it into the onrushing Hewitt. McEwen takes the opportunity, goes to the big cross-ice pass. That will come off, and that will go down as icing. So we go all the way with 20 seconds played in the OT period.
Now that does give the Pirates a fantastic chance now, that icing there. It was a big cross-ice pass that's just missed its target, but crucially it does give the Pirates a chance to get the draw down by Marr. And we saw them yesterday work this play a couple of times, win the draw, bang.
Yeah, Carlson setting up in an aggressive position as well. If Hewitt wins this, there might be a quick shot. Hewitt does win it, gets the layoff back to Carlson, but it sneaks out the zone, and Kirk and Carlson have to pick up the pieces themselves. Carlson now with it, looks for the big cross-ice pass, finds it, and Hewitt, it's a 2-on-1 opportunity here. Hewitt's at the net if he can find it, but the pass just wasn't clean there from Kirk, and now it's going to be the Phantoms coming out the other way. Stepaniak lays it onto Weldon. Weldon with the shot, and it's gloved off the post. Oh! Dearie me, Ashley Smith just got a glove on it, and it just bubbled down, and that was a nervy time. You think you'll see from our camera angles there, it came off the glove and then rested up against the post.
That was nearly the championship decided, wasn't it? He did get the glove behind it, but he's not gloved it cleanly at all. Unfortunately for the Pirates, it does just hit the post and stop.
And nearly your shout of Will Weldon as the one to watch for the game really came off there. Anyway, Hayward now collects the puck. It's another draw win for the Pirates as we've got 4 and 10 to play. As forward comes Hayward at speed. He's going to let go with the shot, and Marr has to be alert at the other end as a little bit of afters in there as well with 54 seconds played in the OT period.
A much more confident looking save at that end of the ice than that one that we just saw at the other end. I do wonder though, we've got 4:06 to play. If it does go the other way, where would your favourite then be if it goes to penalties? Because you've got the experience of Marr at one end, and you've got Smith, who's seen a bit of the rubber this evening, but he's just not quite looked 100% confident.
Pirates are with another draw win as Hayward keeps that one alive under pressure from Billing. Chamberlain in there as well. Padalek trying to dig this one out, and he'll get sent. Billing clear. Billing's going to go in 1-on-1. This is the opportunity for the title! And Ashley Smith comes up big when he's asked on that occasion. Glenn Billing going in 1-on-1. Ashley Smith might have dropped one just a second ago, but that's the big save he needed with 1:11 played in OT.
He has just kept his team in this season. That is a great save. Billing was rushing in there with purpose, with speed, and that's a big save as well. He's committed to it and he's confident, and that's the Smith that they'll want to see in net as we continue through overtime.
Susters joins in the play with Douglas and Rob Ferrara now. As the D-man actually has to go and take the face-off draw win. So let's see if the D-man can prove successful. No, it's a Pirates draw win. So Phillips with control of it. He's got Hewitt out there and Carlson in support. Carlson now on the puck, drives it forward. He's going to get the fresh legs going. Trying to wheel an opportunity in. Good play there by Rob Ferrara, stick with him. But still the Pirates have got it with Hewitt. Hewitt will try and create something now as he drops it off to Phillips. Phillips gets the shot off, broken up by Douglas. Still alive in there. This is where the dirty goal can come as Carlson lays it back to Hewitt. Hewitt wheels round one, lays it off, trying to find Phillips, broken up, stuck there, and now Susters might get an opportunity. Smith is going to have to decide, does it come or go? He comes and plays it off the board. That's a very neat actual play out there, because Hewitt's going to dance it around. He'll want the penalty call there, but he's not going to get it, as Douglas has to hold him up with 1:53 gone in overtime.
Huge play there by Smith to commit to that.
Hewitt looking for Carlson at the net because they've left him all alone. Somehow he was allowed there, but the pass was broken up. Laid back to Kirk on the point. Kirk into Carlson. Hewitt goes to net. Carlson into Kirk. Kirk looking for Carlson. The Phantoms holding him out, but the shot comes in. It's over as they look for the tip on the play. It came off a Phantom stick, so it's going to be a high stick, and the face-off will stay in the zone with 2:15 played in overtime.
Now I think we can see Smith is gaining in confidence, isn't he? The way he raced out to meet that, knowing that if he had missed that, then that was it. It was game over if he'd missed that. We're seeing him grow in confidence now, aren't we, as this game goes deeper and deeper into overtime.
Weldon, Stepaniak, and I believe McEwen out there. No, Norton is out there. Davies out there alongside Chamberlain and Hayward for the Pirates. Draw win comes up for the Phantoms as Stepaniak plays it around to Norton. Norton, if he finds Weldon, actually, he's high. Can't get there to begin with. Stepaniak will now go 2-on-2, lays it across. It's just going to fall the wrong side of Weldon, so Weldon will have to pick up the pieces. And actually, it's a line change that might not work out because Manning Davies is coming forward for the Pirates. Chamberlain is rushing the slot into Bobby Chamberlain, and it is the whole Pirates who clinch the NIHL Final Four championship.
Be a hero. What a fantastic win for the whole Pirates. You can take nothing away from them. They dominated the Bees yesterday. They have weathered everything the Phantoms have thrown at them today. And what a great final goal there.
It's funny because in the third period, Hewitt laid one on the pipes to Chamberlain, and it was a good save by Maher on that occasion. Chamberlain just got a little bit of extra time to finish it where he wanted to finish it. Let's talk about it. How big was that save at one end of the ice from Ashley Smith? Amazing save to keep them in the game. And then there was just a little bit of a slip. They went for the line change as the play broke down at the other end, and all that meant was the Pirates were going to be able to skate away up the other end.
It was that characteristic play that we've seen in the South all year, the long cross-ice pass that was just slightly off target to Weldon, broke down the play, and then the Phantoms caught them on the odd man rush. Great goal from Bobby Chamberlain, and a hero is made.
So then, forward will come Jamie Chilcott after a season of winning a league title and the Northern playoffs. It's the big one that goes the way of the whole Pirates. With the champagne flying, it's the whole Pirates who are the 2019 NIHL Final Four champions.
So congratulations. Winners, how does that feel?
Oh, it's amazing, honestly. If you'd have told me this at the beginning of the season, I wouldn't have believed it. I knew how good our team was, but it's hard to win at any level. Honestly, these boys have been a joke. The last 3 months have just been incredible.
Let's talk about that overtime winner. Let's go to the end of the weekend. As you sat there watching that play develop, you must have been thinking, because earlier in the game you had laid one off to Bobby and he came close to winning it at the end there.
Yeah, we had a chance about a minute to go. I thought, you know what, maybe that's the one. But there was a breakaway there. I was hiding behind the bench. I really couldn't watch. Ash made a big save, and then what developed from that, you know, the rest is history. Great pass by Matty. That's what he does, and Bobby, he did what he does, so amazing.
Let's go back to yesterday's game very quickly. I mean, you were 2-0 down, but realistically you could have been 4-2 up at that moment in the game. You really had the bees on the back foot, and you never let them down. Sorry.
No, my bad. I got no control over these guys. Season's over. No, yesterday. I think the power play not scoring. I think we had 3 or 4 in the first period, and it's in take our momentum away. If you don't score, a team builds on that. You know, hard to kill penalties at this level, and they did a great job. But I knew we got a chippy on the first one, and I knew when we got that, we've been scoring 6-7 goals every game, you know, all year. So we're an offensive team, and we rely heavily on it.
You say that, you've got a lot of talent at the back there with the likes of Jamie and the likes of Stubley and all these guys. They come together as a unit to really support the offensive.
Oh yeah, take nothing away from those guys. I mean, Kev Phillips, can you name a better defenseman at this level, you know? Lee Hayward, a veteran at this level. Stubley, as you mentioned, up and coming. Absolutely amazing prospect and someone we want to keep. All those guys back there. All those guys are amazing. Matty David, look at the guys we've got. We should be having trophies every year.
And just very quickly, what about does it mean for those fans behind you there right now?
30 years without a championship, and now we've got two big ones. I say, you know, the other one is a formality, but it's nice to win. But the 2 big ones, the league and the play, there is no better trophy to win than the playoffs. The league's huge in Britain, but the playoffs, you're a champion the whole summer. No one can take that away from you.
Champions of summer, go enjoy it.
Yeah, I will, don't you worry. Thank
Congratulations.
You. Thank you.
Overtime winner at Coventry. Could you write a better script to end the season?
No, it was good, yeah. I mean, me and Matty would always do that play 1,000 times in practice, and yeah, it was just great. I mean, Ash made some good saves, and yeah, we've had a great year, haven't we? We've won a lot of trophies, and we've had a lot of adversity early on, you know, of injuries and suspension, so it's all paid off, so good way to end the year.
I was about to say, you had the opportunity with a minute to go in the game. It was a very similar play where Huey laid it across you and Jordan made a pretty decent save on it. So when
the man!
So when you got the chance to bury it in overtime, and I don't think anybody was doubting you were going to take it.
I know. I seen Matty coming on and Huey give me the nod to go with him, and like I said, we do that play all the time, and we've got a lot of great players, and you know what I mean, anyone could have got that goal, so it was nice to get it, obviously, and win it for all of us together, so it's great.
I was about to say, what an outstanding season, and it seems like you guys got a real team spirit and a real team that's come together and delivered when it needs to.
Yeah, I mean, if you speak to anyone in the room, we're hard on each other. I mean, maybe too hard sometimes, maybe me and a few others, but it's all for the right reasons, and it's because we want to win, so yeah, it paid off in the end.
Go off and enjoy the celebrations now.
Cheers.
Congratulations.
Thank
buddy.
you.
Cheers,
Cheers.
dude. Well, behind me, it was 30 years without a championship before they walked into the season. The Pirates have now taken home 3 of these titles, wrapping up in sensational fashion with an overtime victory against the Peterborough Phantoms here in the Final Four finale. Bobby Chamberlain making himself a whole historian of history here. because that's what they've done. They turned it on when they needed to most. They stopped the quadruple for the Phantoms, and they ensured that they're champions of Sunner. Thank you very much for watching our presentation. We hope you've enjoyed it. This has been a Nice Media Productions production, and we'll see you all very soon, along with these very noisy fans.